Good afternoon. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And welcome back to the cutting room floor. Today, we got a special guest. Cora the Fish Hudson. Say hello to everybody today.
Hi.
Finally, she's been here before. We finally got on a real episode where she's actually going to be contributing to the pot. Got a little father-daughter thing going on here. This film is honestly about father-son relationship.
Yeah, and family in general.
Family in general. So, this is a good episode to get the family popping on. So we all know. Okay, so this movie, The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah,
we're on our Wesley train.
Yeah, this is part 4, right?
Part 4, dude. We have been so good lately.
Tenenbaums and Life Aquatic.
Okay, I didn't know about that one. I knew Life Aquatic.
Yeah,
we've been so good with the series.
We have been,
the best we've ever been.
Almost because we did all the Mad Max movies.
We did Mad Max. That's what I'm like. We did Mad Max. We did finish the PTA saga eventually.
We did, yeah. It took
a while.
Yeah, it took a little bit.
Yeah, we did finish that, but we did Dune. We have finished some shit now. Think about it.
Yeah,
but I feel like we did something else too. But whatever.
Yeah,
we're on this Wesley train, but it's not hard to be on the Wesley train because it's Wesley. You know what I mean?
Isn't it terrible? Sorry, something just happened terribly. Someone just ran into one of my favorite shops.
Holy shit!
How'd they even do that?
I don't know.
They must have not.
Because they would have had to go over the curb.
That's kind of crazy.
But
anyway.
But you notice, Andre, what he put, no laminator for a while.
That's
that'll be my issue.
That's your issue, bro. That's funny, bro. That's hilarious.
Sorry,
at least it's a strong counter because that looked undamaged.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But that, oh my god. Anyway,
let's roll.
I'm sorry, I just got the news.
Bro.
That's terrible. So let's talk about something nice.
Yes, Mr. Fox. Even though everything ain't nice in this film, we got some stats.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, 93%.
Oh, that's good, right?
Very good.
Yeah.
IMDb, 7.9. That's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
But the Big Daddy,
Letterboxd.
4.3. That's a
so
stupid
high.
score.
That's so high.
See, I still don't know what these scores mean. You do them every day, every time we're together. And I'm like,
the highest you can get.
Okay.
There's no film with
the highest movie and rating, I'm pretty sure, is 4.5. 4.7.
I think Harakiri has a 4.7 or 8.
Yeah, but a 4.3 is very good.
That's very good, dude. If your shit's if you're at like a 3.8, your movie, that's probably a good movie.
Now, I do have a question. Did you see this movie when it was in theaters?
No, I didn't see this movie till later.
We saw it on opening weekend.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Thanksgiving weekend of 2009. We went with Mark.
Hey.
Yeah, it was.
I saw there's 3 Wes Anderson movies on theater.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moonrise Kingdom, too. Yeah.
Moonrise Kingdom is good. I did see that in theaters.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Because we've loved this movie since it came out. Do you still have those?
Okay, the book and posters?
Lost it.
I was trying to find the book.
The McDonald's toys.
Yeah, I actually do. They're just in my attic.
Believe it or not, I had to get them.
Toy.
They were only available like in England in McDonald's, so I had to get them.
You went to UK McDonald's?
No, I found them on like eBay or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I would have been that obsessed. I would have.
Look,
but they did have toys for this at a McDonald's.
I think I also Mrs. Fox.
I think so. Yeah.
Fox,
because
Mr. Fox was just like a big head, I think. For him.
Kylie's movable.
Yeah, so is Ash. Isn't Ash?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. They didn't have Christopherson?
Yeah, was Christopherson one of them? I can't remember.
I don't have it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't one.
Yeah, they might have. Anyway, this is like 15 years ago.
Yeah, but like a Christopherson toy with a whack bat would be a nice.
Oh my god!
Piece. You know what I'm saying? Like heavy lit.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your stats. I was just curious.
Oh no, that was the stats.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So this film, all right. All 3 of us, I think it's unanimous. We all really do like this film.
Should we just grade it right away?
I mean,
so people know.
I think people look. This is what I think. Anyone who's watched us, we've referenced Wes Anderson probably 60-70% of our episodes.
Yeah.
I think they know we like the dude. So all of these reviews are gonna be good.
Yes,
Very negative.
Like this is trash.
Yeah, this will not be Dune 1984, whatever fucking year it came out.
Oh yeah, the David Lynch.
That's
or
one of
Alan
those-
Smithy,
that's-
depending on which version.
Smithy.
Because there's like a longer director's cut
he
that's
don't
like
want to be associated. He's like, I didn't
Yes.
direct that. He's like, I didn't direct that.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst movies I've watched in my life. That I actually
And you watched a lot of movies.
Yes, and I stayed awake for it, and I was just sitting there like, this got to be over soon. I'm like, this film is too long yet too short at the same time.
Okay, I know your answer already, but Kyle MacLachlan in Dune, or
Kyle MacLachlan and Showgirls,
or Hayden Christensen in like Attack of the Clones. Who is the worst dramatic actor in a sci-fi movie?
Hayden Christensen is worse than Kyle MacLachlan, but Attack of the Clones is just a better movie. So I'd much rather watch Attack of the Clones. And Attack of the Clones is ass.
And one has Ewan McGregor.
It does.
As Obi-Wan.
And it does have the little Boba backstory and shit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, that's
because he's a little kid then.
Yeah. But then you get Cartwheel Yoda.
Oh, that's right. With Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
Yeah.
That's all that film. So
that's right.
That was terrible.
Yeah, you get him doing.
He was impressive.
I mean, hell yeah, the motherfucker should have been competing for U.S. Olympics.
He should have been doing breakdancing.
Oh my god, he would have been better.
Yeah,
he would have been better at breakdancing.
He wouldn't have had a ray gun.
Like we were just talking about it, and we were like, "Yeah, every event was dope," but she was like, "Why breakdance?" I'm like, "Why is that an Olympic sport?
Why ruin it by having it be an Olympic sport?
Right?
You know what I mean?
It's a street thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's a street sport. Let's say,
like,
because you have to be athletic,
yeah,
and have to be able to do this stuff. But like, what?
It's just a weird thing to try and like. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can be like, yeah, this dude was better than that dude, but
it's
whatever.
too objective to score like that.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do like. At one point in time, they were called snaps, but what's it called? Like Yo Mama jokes?
Oh,
why did they just do those?
Bro.
Dozens.
Yeah,
That's what it
dozens.
is. Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah.
Remember that show? That the Fez from that 70s show literally had an MTV show called Yo Mama, and that's what it was.
Really?
It was a competition of who could spit the best Yo Mama joke.
So why did
hilarious?
Why did they just have that on in the
that
Olympics?
Would be way more,
you know.
But people might get a little inappropriate. Olympics supposed to be clean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but if it takes place in Europe,
you're right. They got titties and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But I will say, like, it's like, see, like with skateboarding, it was weird when it became an Olympic sport, but the way they scored it and figured it out, it does work. Because
yeah. What did you think of
flavor? You know, like the guy who got the gold is not who I think was the best skater of the day.
What did you think of that 14-year-old Australian girl or whatever?
She was insane. She was fucking insane. I was like,
I just heard her talking.
I was like, okay. All right, you got my respect. I was like, because I wouldn't do any of this shit. But the men's, though, the Australian dude who won for Park, that boy was flying, bro. Motherfucker was looking like Superman. Seriously, he was blowing me away. But anywho, if Whack-Bat was in the Olympics,
that would be incredible.
That would be dope, perfect. Bro. It's a weird ass game.
But you know why they wouldn't have a Whack-Bat in the Olympics? Because they don't have Whack-Bat on the other side of the river.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They don't have Whack-Bat on the other side of the river. Owen Wilson was perfect for that quick little Coach cameo. Yo. Anywho.
And you know who should... Okay. We don't have him in the recast, but who should be the rat in a recast?
Dude, I thought because Willem Dafoe was honestly just way.
He was, but think about the voice. Who could be the rat in a recast now?
Dude, only person...
Channing Tatum from Deadpool and Wolverine is the only person who could be with his horrible Asian accent.
That was the weirdest thing that entire film. I was like, why
what is happening with his
Channing
voice?
Tatum? Damn it. I didn't know this was a passion project or whatever.
I know, but we talked about it before. Where's Taylor Kitsch?
Yo. He's a good actor. I don't care what nobody say,
dude,
bro.
John Carter is actually a great movie.
Good. Dude, he's Tim Riggins, bro.
Oh, you said from Friday Night Lights. Yeah.
Best running back in the state of Texas. Like, come on. But...
I just started watching that.
Oh,
is it good? The TV show or the movie?
Oh, good.
I'm watching the show.
Yeah, because I think the show is probably better.
Dude, it is better. But
I'm like halfway through season 1.
The movie is so good too.
Is that John Voight?
No, that's Varsity.
Varsity Blues. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's good, but he's real good. But the real star of that movie is Derek Luke. He was good. He plays the top running back who gets injured. Oh, sad. Anyway,
Wow.
we'll talk about Friday.
Yeah, we'll do.
Because that's I've watched that show like 4 times.
Yeah.
So like, all right.
Wow.
So anywho,
That's Kyle Chandler, right?
Yep,
and
Kyle Chandler.
Connie
He
Britton
writes
from
Nashville, and
no, I'm thinking the Ed Burns movies.
yeah, she's in a lot of shit. Actually, she's been getting a lot of mom roles and shit. I've been watching recently.
Yeah.
And she's the mom in Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Oh my God, I read that book.
You read that book?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to watch that film. That's my shit. But
Yeah.
she's in that stupid Aubrey Plaza movie I watched, The To-Do List. She's the mom in that. She's been in a lot of mom roles, but she was fucking hot back in the day, bro. Shit, she's still looking all right. But that little southern.
Wait, Jane Fonda hot? Or,
no.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's a one and only.
I'm sorry.
It's a one of one. Like we were talking about Isabelle Huppert, the French actress. Like,
yeah, we were talking about it.
She's the French Jane Fonda, but she ain't nearly as fine though. Like she's
she one of the
beautiful.
movies you watched?
He watched.
I watched.
Okay.
White Material. It's good. French film. Claire Denis. Anyway, so
What?
Fantastic, Mr. Fox.
Yes.
All right.
Distracted.
I'm sorry.
So, one of you guys go ahead and tell us what it's about, because y'all have probably seen this way more than me.
I mean,
I just read the book yesterday too.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, because you got references.
Yeah.
You got references.
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna read the book, but I couldn't find it.
Because the book is short.
I was like, what is it,
It's a
30
children's
pages?
book.
It's like 33.
Yeah, okay.
So you're
Yeah.
close.
All right.
But the great thing is, after reading the book, I realized the entire book is in the film. They just rearrange it and embellish some parts.
The headings for each part is like the font for the chapter headings.
Yes.
It's great.
It's the exact same.
Yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
the same. Yeah, it's great.
And,
So fun.
and as you watch it, if you've read the book, it's like, oh, I see what they're doing and why they're doing it. Because
And
it's
the beginning of each chapter has a picture, and they show each picture as a scene from in the movie for like the beginning of the part.
Who wrote this book?
Roald Dahl.
Hold on.
I-
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. The guy who did like James and Joe Beach, Matilda.
I love that.
The BFG.
film. I love that.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We went over this yesterday.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's ass. But
Willy Wonka.
Willy-
Chocolate
he
Factory.
wrote Willy Wonka.
It's
Yeah.
the same book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he may have done the
The film
script to
is
the movie
ass.
too,
Yeah,
didn't he?
but it's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for the book.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah, she's not thinking of the Tim Burton version.
Okay, she murders me in literature.
Yeah.
Listen,
like,
this is why we're a team. She's the literature. I'm the film dude.
Yeah.
Like at any wine and cheese party, we're a fucking hit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, you're right. You
dude,
would
for
be.
real, like I can talk about French New Wave films.
Yeah.
And she can talk about all these old books I've never read.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
can stand there and be like, and she'll do the same when I'm talking about the film. So
I do be doing that all the time.
Well, that makes sense.
It
Yeah.
rolls, but
Yeah.
we
Anyway.
learn a lot from each other.
Yeah.
It happens.
So the book.
So the book is it starts off with Mrs. Fox, Mr. Fox, and their 4 cubs.
They got kids already in the
Yeah,
book.
yeah, in the book.
So
And-
Leslie changed some things.
And Mr. Fox is asking Mrs. Fox, "What do you want me to steal today? What do you want to eat?" So she knows about it in the book. And she's like, I forget if it's like a goose or whatever, from the one farm. So he goes out, and that's when the 3 farmers who are tired of him stealing their stuff shoot his tail off. So he goes
the book
in.
starts out, he's getting his tail popped.
Yeah. His tail
He doesn't
pops
get
off
his tail
right
popped
away.
until like 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's like
it's a 30-page book. They have
halfway
to
through.
embellish.
You're right.
So then he goes back in the hole, and then that's when the guys start digging and start trying to get him out. So they just keep digging further, and then they're there for days and they're hungry. So Mr. Fox and the cubs start digging further, so they can go, and because he knows where the chicken coop is, and the goose, where they do the goose and the ducks and the ham and the cider cellar are.
August
That's right.
Yeah, because he's like.
Yes.
He's like, I know underground almost as good as above ground, because he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like that.
Also a fox.
Yeah.
I feel like it's naturally in their instincts.
So he goes and he digs with his kids, and he's like, take these chickens back to your mom. She can cook them for us, blah, blah, blah. And they're digging. He says to the one cub. So then he and the other 3 dig to the other place, and they run into the badger. And the badger's like, look, because of you,
We're all fucked up.
my wife and kid, and the badger was with his son actually.
Mhm.
So he's like, my wife is, starving over there, and like rabbit and all the other animals you see in the movie.
Mhm.
He tells them that they're all, starving and pissed off at him. And he's like, okay, have your kid go tell your wife, and then have her tell everyone else to go back to my place because we're going to get all the food.
Feast. We have supper.
So they go. So the kid goes, and then like the badger, Mr. Fox, and the 3 other cubs go to. They get some geese, some ducks, and some ham, and some carrots because the rabbits are vegetarians.
Yes.
Yes, and so the 2 and they get barrels or wheelbarrows to take them back. So the 2 of the cubs take them back. So then at the cider cellar, it's Mr. Fox, Badger, and the 1 cub, and they go in and they meet the rat,
Ash cub,
and probably,
Yeah.
and they meet the rat who was just there. He's not like security, all right? Yeah, he's just there drinking, just like when they find him in the movie, right? Because he has a thing. He just keeps drinking. And he's like
that's the picture head from the chapter.
Yeah, and kind of like, we don't take kindly to poachers. He's like, in the book, he's like, poachers, you're poaching, And Mr. Fox is like, shut the F up.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's security, but you're an addict.
Yeah, you're blowing up my spot here.
You're just like, I want all this to myself.
Yeah.
And you ain't no security, motherfucker.
So while they're there, one of Bean's secretaries or whatever comes down to get some cider. Wife. So it's kind of like, no, his wife was talking to this woman in the book. So it's just like in the movie, though, because they have to hide and they almost get caught, but then, they don't. And then they go back and they have this big feast and the guys are still just waiting for them to come out. And then it's the end of the book. So like every scene that's in the book is technically in the movie.
They just
added stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta give it to Wesley then
because
he fleshed this shit out. Dude.
Yeah, it's incredible.
He made this.
And this time watching it
and fleshed it like nice. That's nice.
I watched it this morning again.
Oh man, round 4, 5, 6.
And I think I figured out why he has a phobia of wolves for the first time in 15 years. I think I figured it out.
Well, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to it. Because that might be, if that was like an unanswerable question, I might have the answer for the first time based on something he says earlier on in the film. Because I was listening to it and I was like, oh shit, I think that's why. But it's based on, you have to have a willing suspension of disbelief. Okay. Basically to have it.
I mean, this is all fucking. If Wes sat down, he'd be like, yeah, you guys are.
Yeah. You know why he's a phobia of wolves? Because I have a phobia of wolves. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Yeah, shit my fucking pants.
Yeah.
So, I said, you know what? I got to discuss this. But, that's all what it is. So, then the movie is, I mean, you summed the movie up very, very, very quick.
Yeah, but it's
accurate, but it's also more.
Yeah, because there's more like family dynamics in the film. There's less cubs because
a good TV show.
It would have been.
Also, aren't they living under the tree? Or
they're living in the tree because remember in the beginning they're living underground and he's like, I don't want to live underground anymore.
No, not in.
It makes me feel poor.
I meant in the book.
Oh, in the book, yeah. Oh yes, yeah. They are underground.
Yes, okay, that's what I thought.
Number 1, Bramble on Shrub. That's where they live. That's their address. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, you're right. In the book, they are underground the whole time. And even in the book, he's like, he tells everybody then when they're eating, it's not as good of a speech as in the film, but he's basically like, we can just build a city here. Yeah. And we never have to go outside again. We never have to worry about, getting killed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, that sounds great.
But we don't know you have to go outside at some point.
Yeah.
Resources dry up.
but he has a way to get into all their where they have their farms and stuff without them knowing. Yeah. So I'm sure they would figure it out after a while.
Humans.
Yeah. Yeah. They'd be like, wait, how come I have 12 less geese than I did yesterday? Or especially the one who eats like 12 chickens per diem. Yeah, dude. Like he would know chickens aren't there.
Right. Or the one who has all the goose innards and the donuts.
Yeah.
Butts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All that stuff is actually in the book.
Yeah.
Okay. And even the rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even it's Badger who says after he drinks the cider that it tastes like melted gold in the book. But that's even in the book. Like a lot of the stuff, believe it or not, like they really kept a lot of it. Like if you re-edit the film, you could have it would be shorter, obviously.
Right.
It'd be like
But-
15 minutes.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be like
But
just one episode or something.
but it would be like the entire book, and it's incredible to think they actually took everything and then just expanded upon it and made it better.
Man.
Yeah,
Because
Honestly,
look at Ash,
Yeah,
his son Ash.
angsty.
Oh my god! Just like the way his ear twitches and he
Yeah.
just spits.
Yeah.
He's pissed off.
It's like,
Solves it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, there was a couple times I'll smack shit out of you.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep fucking with me, bro. But I feel Ash a lot. But y'all know who I like. So why don't you tell us about the film? So
Okay, so the film, in contrast, starts off with, like in the book, the film starts off with Felicity Fox and Foxy Fox, because that is his
Foxy
name. His name is Foxy Fox.
Foxy.
It's actually F. Foxy Fox.
Foxy.
Fantastic Foxy Fox.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
So they're going to this farm and gonna steal some squab.
Mm-hmm.
What is a
Pigeon.
squab?
Pigeon.
Oh, it's like a pigeon, I
Like a
suppose.
Pigeon, I suppose.
So then they get caught, and she tells him that she's pregnant, and he's just like,
Oh shit.
he kind of has that oh shit move.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
That's the fucking face.
Yeah. 'Cause
Those are
that's a
two
face any guy would have, really.
words ever.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. He's like, wait, there's consequences to what we did.
he's like, wait, we're about to die.
right.
You're telling
Yeah.
me this right now?
I'm like, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yeah. Because then at that moment, she's like, if we survive this, I want you to promise me to get a different line of work.
Yep, and he's like,
And they don't show how they survive, but they survive.
you've
Like,
had
he's
this
a writer.
moment, all right? You've had this moment where
Yeah.
you heard those two words come from a woman's mouth a
Yeah.
couple times, and each time a light probably went out somewhere.
I remember thinking the first time I saw the first pregnancy test, like, does this cross mean we pray for a negative sign?
Why are you
No, okay, sorry. I had to take a sip of some water though. This man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the worst when she just hands it to you. It's like you could have just told me. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck you're handing it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You peed on this.
Yeah.
This is yours now. By laws, by animal law, this is now yours. You peed on it. It belongs to you.
So anyway,
Yeah. So
yeah, we jump ahead. And
it's like 7 fox years,
yeah,
right?
it's 7 fox years. And what? How much did they say it was a human year? It was like a year and a half.
I think so. Yeah. Something like
Something like that. Okay. So they
Yeah.
jump ahead, and they have a child.
Yeah.
They're living a domesticated, normal life.
He's a
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah, he's a writer.
Yeah,
He wears
yeah.
a suit and tie, or not a suit, but a
He-
button-up white shirt.
He wears the same suit that I think Wes Anderson used to wear. Is actually the suit. If
I
you
feel
look
like
at
the fox is Wes.
if you look at old pictures of Wes Anderson, it's that same suit.
I
Same
feel like
color.
the fox is who Wes wanted to be when he was 20 years old.
Maybe, yeah.
So, a slick, badass dude, but he grew up.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
You know how I also see this film because of where it goes after that beginning part.
Mhm.
Because it's 20th Century Fox. It's now owned by Disney, so it's a Disney film.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a Disney animated film. It's kind of like a sequel to Disney's Robin Hood. After like Robin Hood had made Marion would marry. If you think about it,
That's actually, dude, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty.
I know there was no joke there.
It's actually pretty good.
Because it's like about him not being able to settle into the domestic life.
Yeah, because he
Because-
used to, run
Yeah.
around causing a muck.
I'm a wild
I'm a
animal.
wild animal.
Yeah.
And we all,
I mean, they are in England.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, all right, all the wild animal shit's done. I got kids and shit.
Yeah, and he's restless because he doesn't want to settle
Still young
down.
at heart.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He still feels like a young fox. He still feels good.
yeah, because like he said, his dad died at what 7?
7.5 human years.
Human.
And
Oh,
now
yeah.
he's 7 human years.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
So he's like, I ain't got no dad. So I'm sure in a way he's probably excited to be a dad, but
But also,
he's
it's
still
like,
my childhood's done now.
yeah,
'Cause I
yeah,
feel like that's what happens.
because she was like a hippie in the beginning. You
Yeah,
could tell by what she was
bro,
wearing.
I mean, You know what they said. You know what
Yeah.
the Fox said about her.
And what the rat said. Yeah.
And I think that's what I meant. The rat.
Yeah. Yeah.
My man Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
What do you call her? A tart.
She was the town tart in her day.
Well,
yeah.
So call my wife that. We got fucking
rat. And he was like, look, we all had whatever. He's trying to make excuses for it.
I mean, but what he said is true, bro. Everybody had a fucking life, a past. Like,
yeah.
You know, some chick was like, oh, I'm going to judge you on the shit you've done before. I guess I'm alone forever. But so I do agree with that. What he said there. We're jumping way too far.
Yeah. So yeah. I think that's it. He has this restlessness.
Mm-hmm.
So when he decides to like move from underground to above ground, because the view is better. I think that's what he said.
Poor.
Yeah,
he said he feels poor, and I think you probably we discussed this. You're like, okay, I have a child. I need to upgrade my work so I can upgrade my lifestyle.
Yes, yeah. And because it's not just about you anymore.
Exactly. You got a wife now who she stays at home. She needs to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You got a kid. He needs to be comfortable. You want to live a good life. You want your family to live a good life. Whether you want to settle down or you want to go be wild still, I think anybody who's like, okay, I did this. I had this child. I married this woman. This is the life I chose. I'm going to do it the best of my abilities. So whether or not your heart wants to go and rob people, ride motorcycles, you got a midlife crisis. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like people, I'm going to be walking around with a skateboard at 40. People going to be like, oh, this motherfucker got a midlife crisis. And that's cool. That's totally fine. At
that point, it might be like a quarter life crisis, like John Mayer once said on his first album.
I said earlier, I'm not going to let that far.
Hey, modern science and medicine.
You're right. You
can be like a head in a jar in Futurama. You could live for hundreds of years.
Yeah,
like that. That shit is so funny. but yeah, I think any man who's man enough to step up to the plate when they do this kind of shit, they're like, okay, I want the best for this. I ain't trying to live in a shack. You underground, bro. You ain't no sunlight.
Yeah.
Like, where are you getting that? What is it? Vitamin D?
It's
D. I think Bill Withers said it best when he said, "Ain't no sunshine."
Ain't no sunshine. So it is. But yeah, so you can go on. So
he decides then to look at other real estate.
Yeah.
And he looks at a house.
He sees a tree in a newspaper and he's like, that's the one.
That's the one.
I need that.
And he meets the superintendent. Mm-hmm. Our man Kylie.
They become fucking besties.
Yeah. Does Kylie live with them? Sorry.
I think he does because he's a super in the
okay.
Because he's with them because he does the whole James Dean thing from Rebel.
He definitely lives.
When we get there,
Yeah. So he goes and he looks at it. And it's pretty much the only thing he can afford in his price range. Yeah. And he meets Kylie, who is an opossum, and the super, because he's fixing under the sink.
And then he has some minnows.
He has a bucket of minnows, because he's a minnow fisherman also.
You want some?
Yeah. Honestly, I just have to say, one of my favorite scenes is just, I'm not going to say like much about it, but when Kylie's in the rocking chair and his feet, the way his feet are going, you can tell that's what's propelling the rocking chair. I fucking love those details.
That's detail. I was like, that's Wesley right there.
I just love how authentic it is. Anyway, so he meets the super. He likes him, and I guess they make the deal. And after he talks to Badger, his lawyer, because the Badger warns him against it, but when he's looking at it, he looks out the window and he sees the three farms, Boggy, Spunks, and Bean.
3 B's.
And I think it's Wes Anderson who does the voice of the real estate guy.
Yeah, he does someone in it.
And he asks him what he used to do, and he's like, I used to steal chickens. Oh, yeah.
Now I write for the column. For
yeah. And he's like, oh, yes, I've seen your byline.
Yeah.
And
now I'm a newspaper man.
Yeah, now I'm a newspaper man. That's what it is, yeah. I used to steal chickens. I couldn't remember the exact wording, And so he's thinking back to what it was his life was like before he was like he's having a midlife crisis. Basically, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
And so they move in, Mrs. Fox and their son Ash.
Big ass.
And they find out that Ash's cousin Christopherson is going to be coming because his dad has double pneumonia.
Which I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it sounds bad. He has like 1 foot in the grave and 2 feet on the banana peel. Yeah. So, and I love when they show Christopherson coming because he just has that thing that says unaccompanied minor. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Subject to be adopted.
Yeah. I mean, we learn later that there's no way Christopherson would ever be adopted.
No way. He's fucking too nice.
Yeah. But he's also a kick-ass
Also, like,
ass
10.
kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because Ash is 12, and he said he's his younger
He's
cousin.
younger cousin.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ash is
Yeah, he's
older.
younger
Yeah.
than him, but he's bigger than he's taller than
Way
him.
taller.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because Foxy was talking about that.
Yeah, whenever they're like diving. off
Yeah.
the-
And he's like,
Yeah. And he's like, wow, Christopherson,
oh,
it's incredible.
perfect for him.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Ash is splashing and shit.
Did you see that video I sent you of them filming the
Yes,
audio?
That shit was funny.
It's incredible to
It's
see like
crazy.
what they, because they actually were doing this stuff.
He made it, bro. That's
Yeah.
like if you watch Johnny Depp doing Rango, it's like
Yeah.
the same thing, bro. He's doing all the shit. I'm
It's
like,
incredible
hilarious.
seeing George Clooney be that.
That's the most
Yeah.
movie. Like, yo, I'm like, where is this in your live action? But so, anyways, Christopherson comes through,
Mhm.
and that's when the dynamic kind of starts leaning more towards the children and Ash, and you start learning more about Ash and who he is as a dude. Ash is kind of weird. He's
Yeah.
different.
Different.
And
Yeah.
so we were discussing his differences
Yes.
a little bit last night, and she should definitely weigh in on this.
Do you think Ash is representing the LGBTQIA plus community?
Wow, you did the whole you did the whole name.
I did. I was.
She knew it like
I was eating alphabets earlier.
yeah, right.
So-
I had
Okay.
soup this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Like, because this takes place in the 70s, right? You could
it's-
tell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
They
you
were-
could tell.
Like the gear definitely felt.
Yeah, and
So-
when she was definitely hippie in the
so-
60s for sure.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have been like as open and as whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it's sort of like, you know, they call him different because they can't
Yeah.
actually say what he is, and it's before he probably is old enough to realize his own. You know,
See, I don't know if it was that or if he's supposed to be like ADHD, autistic, or something.
That's more the.
I think it's
direction I-
one or both.
yeah,
Both. There's
it
a
could
lot
be
of people
both.
who are both, but I
Yeah.
think.
What's the correlation? That's interesting. But this isn't a science podcast.
But
so-
also, there's a lot of people who are undiagnosed who probably are anyway.
yeah,
Unrelated, not important. So I don't know. I think that he might be because
I mean, he's always wearing like a homemade costume for White Cape, that superhero.
Yeah, but he
likes.
just
Yeah.
looks like David Bowie in his fucking like era.
He
Like,
kind of, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess that would kind of make sense because how he acted towards the girl. Because I think he was more jealous of the friendship than the fact that they were dating.
See, I don't know. I felt
Wait.
like he was trying to dive.
I don't think so because I don't think he's interested in girls at all.
Okay, so I don't think he was
Because he just said she's disloyal.
yeah, to
you know,
a friendship.
Yeah.
but
Because I think
Now
that
they
he
do
doesn't
go-
want Christopherson to have any relationships that he has, but I
Yes.
don't think he wanted to date her because he would have already
you don't
made
think
his
he
move.
was trying to hit?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
No,
because by
because-
the end, they were all fine, and I don't
See,
think
he
they
was
would
in
have
the
been fine.
zone though.
Yeah, you're right.
So
He was
because-
in the zone.
What, the friend zone?
Yeah, you know how hard it is to get out the zone when you're in it.
Well, yeah. So,
I
like,
don't think that he wanted to date her because if he did, I feel like he would have acted very differently.
wait,
This
or,
is why-
or do you think he's just autistic or something?
That could be it.
This is why
Yeah.
I don't think. I'm not saying he isn't,
Yeah.
but this is why Ash reminds me a lot of myself, especially when I was his age. My parents thought I was gay because I was different.
Wait, different?
Different.
Yeah.
You know, I guess
Yeah.
No, the
can't
quotes
move
are
that
not
way.
enough. No,
Yeah.
they don't have.
they, you know, I dress crazy, bro. I dressed like a pirate. I rode skateboards and had crazy.
Wait, did you dress like a butt pirate?
No.
Then why would they think
But I
that?
was going for the booty.
Well, see, they didn't know which booty.
You know what I mean? And like, But I'm like, I had chick friends that I didn't hook up with, so I don't know if that made them think like, oh, he's got female friends. I'm like, it is possible to be friends with a girl and not fuck them.
Yeah.
So like, but maybe, I'm like, I am still fucking women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could also be asexual and not want to with anybody. And
Oh, Ash.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were still talking about Dom.
No, it's not. That's not. No.
My mom definitely doesn't think I'm gay anymore. She's like, yeah, we were real wrong on y'all were, bro. I'm like, men repulse me in that way. I'm like,
we're not even.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Do what you do.
Yeah.
But for me, just me thinking about myself with a man on a physical, intimate level, kind of just.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, it just don't work. But if another dude wants to go hook up, I'm all for it, bro.
Yeah.
It, boy.
Honestly, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, because whatever makes you happy and whatever gives you that connection you need to feel whole, really.
Absolutely.
And no joke there, believe it or not. Yeah. Just anything, because I realize it's kind of like religion. Like, I feel like everybody's right, but everybody's also wrong. Yeah, because that's how it works, because
this is a total gray area.
It's
black and white thing.
So it's like whatever works for you works for you.
Works for you. Yeah.
And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Because what works for you, but it might not work for her.
Bro, if Mike
as long as you don't try to push your shit on me, I don't care.
Yeah, wait. Frankenbill. Let's talk about from The Last of Us.
That is,
that's probably the best example of
great.
Yeah.
They blew me away.
That was pretty good. You should. Yeah.
They blew me away with that episode, bro. That was.
I think they blew everybody away.
Fucking Nick Offerman. I was like, bro, come on with the A1 acting.
He's in the last season of The Umbrella Academy too. He and his wife.
He's good, dude.
Yeah.
They do a lot of shit together. They work together a lot. She's funny as hell. Like, when they're on parts.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
We got to continue this. We're barely into this movie.
Yeah.
That was we had to talk about the ass shit because me and you were going back and forth.
Yeah, we were
he's either autistic or asexual.
We can all be right.
That's
and you know what? We could all be right.
Yeah,
because all of our interpretations, it's individualized, and maybe that's the point of it.
Anything.
Yeah,
but I do think he was more jealous of the fact that she was spending more time with him with Christopherson than him, because he wanted that friendship and she was his only friend.
And Christopherson represented everything he was.
Everything he was. I was like,
so I think he's jealous of him, but not in that way that they're dating. I think he just was like, oh, you think he's better than me? We were friends first. Why do you think that? Instead of being like, oh, you're dating him.
Yeah. I could definitely see his parents thinking he was, in the LGBT club just because he represented everything that wasn't a masculine man, and Christopherson did. And side by side, you're like, holy shit, they are really fucking different.
Yeah, and especially at that time period. If you think about the time period, it wasn't.
Dudes were not wearing capes like that on the streets.
Yeah, now it's a normal thing to see people cosplaying all the time.
Dude with a cape on, painted nails, dude don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
All these kids with all these dudes I'll be seeing, I'm like, oh, there's some pretty nails, buddy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So Ash and Christopherson, they are beefing.
Yeah.
It's Ash is beefing.
Ash is beefing, yeah. Christopherson's the nicest person in the entire film.
Like, Christopherson was my personal favorite character. Just because he is like, I don't give a shit. I'm good at everything, and I just roll.
He's like, I'm naturally good at everything.
Yeah.
He's a talented dude. So I saw a lot of myself in both of them dudes. I was weird and eccentric like Ash, but I also was quite talented and physically gifted like Christopherson.
Maybe that's why they have. Maybe that's why they have both those characters in there, because they're relatable to everybody in some way.
A total contrast of each other.
Because either you're insecure or you're confident.
Yeah.
There's really no in between.
Yeah.
You're not insecurely confident or confidently insecure.
I mean, sometimes.
You can be.
I think
but
you can be.
But not all the time.
Not all the time.
No.
Like, there's shit like, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
And there's shit you're like, no.
There's no way.
So
there's no way I'm good at volleyball.
Yep.
I just can't rotate.
No shot.
Yeah.
No. I love volleyball. But
you got served.
What a terrible film.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Christopherson and Ash's relationship is rocky, to say the least.
Yes.
So,
but actually, that first night, Ash kind of extends an olive branch, because when he tells him that he has to like sleep under the table, even though there's plenty of room.
Everywhere.
If Ash would actually sleep underneath next to his dresser, there's enough room for him because he's smaller, and there's enough room for Christopherson on that mattress.
They did not plan the space well.
But then he hears him sobbing, and he turns on his train, and they just start looking at his train going around.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the first time they connect.
See, that's why I thought he might be autistic, because he doesn't know how to deal with emotions. Because he doesn't know how to deal with social settings or emotions or relationships.
Yeah, because when you first see him, he's like, "I'm sick. You're not sick.
You're not sick.
I have a temperature.
I have a temperature.
You don't have a temperature.
I don't want to go to school."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, you're going to school." He's like, "I like the way you handle that."
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Ash and Christopherson, you see him in school, and you just see Christopherson literally beating him down in everything they're doing. Not on like purpose. He's just good. The motherfucker plays whack-bat for the first time.
Oh my god!
And goes ape shit. He's like,
he is your father's nephew.
He saw my mom's side.
Yeah. He's like, not by blood.
He's like, he's the best whack-bat player I've seen since
your dad.
It's hard divided by 9 for me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the rules are ridiculous.
But I love when Coach Skip is talking to Christopherson. And he's like, they don't have black bat on the other side of the river? And then he explains it to him. And then he's like, all right, go in for Ash. Right after he explains it. And then Ash comes back and he's like, am I getting any better, Coach? I'm sure it's not. Oh, wait. One thing we have to mention is, in this film, instead of curse words, they say cuss.
They say cuss.
Yeah.
Oh, my cuss.
Oh, my cuss. The cuss is funny as hell.
Not the cuss. Are you cussing with me?
Cussing with me.
Yeah.
That shit is funny.
That's a rewatchable scene, though.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll get to those when we watch.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the whole movie is.
The entire film. Yeah.
So, that's the side B. Ash and Christopher. The side A is the Fox and Kylie. They've been breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And they've been out stealing, giving dogs blueberries, sipping on
Beagles love blueberries.
Blueberries. And dude, when they get the X's in their eyes, that's the funniest shit to me.
Oh my God.
Kylie's swole eyes.
Yeah.
Right now. Just give me a sign right now.
And then when he does it at the end, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. Because you then realize Kylie went through some shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, dude
got PTSD.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I was like. This PTSD. Yeah,
maybe.
Real.
Yeah,
it's something because I was like, dude, Kylie's clearly a little off.
Or maybe it's thunder
because
he has a phobia of thunder.
Every time shit gets tense, that's when he gets all silly and weird.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is trippy. Yo, what's he on?
I love Kylie.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's definitely one of the best.
He is the best.
But
who hell? What now? Who am I, Kylie? Who hell? What now? I don't really know what any of that means. Yeah.
But so these dudes are out here.
It's so grisly. There's blood in everything. I'm an opossum. I have a different kind of teeth than you. I said one bite. I'm sorry.
Quotes.
Yeah.
So these two motherfuckers are out. They're out causing chaos.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're not being slick about this like they think they are.
No, and unfortunately, because of the way that Foxy has like set it up, he has to lie to his wife.
Lie to his wife.
And
because
she's not stupid. She did it with him first.
Yeah, because he's like, let's stop by the Five and Dime and make it look like we bought it.
And she's like, this has a bogus farm.
You have that bandit mask on.
Yeah. He's not with us. His ears are cold. Go back to bed.
Put the mask on.
She's holding the door. God, the way it's animated.
Oh, dude, we'll talk.
Oh my God, yeah.
But so these dudes are out committing crimes, and dude, Mrs. Fox knows what's good. She's not fucking stupid. She probably knew from day one.
Yeah,
because
she eats some chickens.
Foxes are supposed to be slick and smooth. But Mr. Fox can't out-slick any other foxes.
No. His wife is smarter than him.
She is way smarter than him. So, she's like, bro.
Christopherson might be smarter.
He might be.
Oh, he is, for sure.
Definitely is.
Him and Ash are on the same level.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking, the science and shit, they're pretty cool. So.
We have to extinguish this magnesium.
And he's trying to get her attention, bro. Like, that shit is funny.
I bet.
So they go on, and Kylie and Fox are going crazy. and they see Ash's ability, or not Ash's, sorry, Christopherson's abilities in the athletic department.
Oh, yeah, it was when they went to the first one, right? Because that's when Fox is like, you know who could do this?
He's like,
Christopherson. He's like an Olympic-level athlete.
Yeah.
He could break dance like Ray Gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Better. He could do synchronized diving perfectly.
Yeah. So, like, it was after that they bring him in because Ash follows him the second time.
Yeah.
And he's like, go back and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's when his ear goes again.
Yeah.
He's like, what you need me to do? He's like, nothing, go home.
Yeah.
So Christopherson and Kylie and Fox, they go out robbing. And that's when they that's when they meet the rat, right?
Yeah, that's when they go to Bean Cellar.
Yeah, that is Bean Cellar.
Christopherson goes to, So,
because the second one, hold on really quick. The second one is great when they rob it because you see it on the video monitors behind the security guy. What an incredible way to show it. Oh, my God. So, you're right. It is. Christopherson comes when they're going to Bean's cider cellar.
So they get to the cider cellar, and we got to talk about that real quick because we get the rat, and the rat is one of the best, like, kind of side characters. Voiced by the legend, Willem Dafoe.
He's in everything.
He actually kind of is.
Like, every movie I watch, he's just in it.
I'm like, everything lately, he's in so much shit lately. I'm like, dude, you're like having a career right now. But he's a perfect voice for this. He's like a slick. I don't know if he's supposed. What is he supposed to be? French or Italian?
He's from the other side of the river. Who knows?
He almost sounds like Cajun.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has to be because he knew her, and she's from the other side.
Yeah.
That's right. Because Christopherson is her nephew.
Yeah. So and they weren't from the same town,
right?
So that's probably why he sounds different.
Yes.
So he's got this interesting voice.
Thank you.
See, good. He's got this interesting voice, and he's drunk because the cider is definitely supposed to be
the strongest alcohol.
It's like
mention it's alcoholic.
Melted gold.
Yeah, it's melted gold.
It's the strongest alcoholic cider.
It burns.
Man, get on the top of the
like
cook, but as soon as they come in, he's like,
we don't take kindly to cider poaches.
And he's like, I think he's self-proclaimed security.
Yeah. It looks like he sewed it himself. Because it's not really a badge. Because Fox is like, what's that badge for?
Yeah.
But it's not a badge. He like sewed it onto his Waldo shirt.
Sweater, That's all like he's French with that like stripe. Like Freddy Krueger stripe fucking
He looks like a mime without the makeup.
And
without the beret.
Did he have a hat on?
No.
Black beanie? No,
I don't think so.
That's just his hair.
Okay. I don't know why I thought he had a black beanie.
That's just his fur.
It's because they're all wearing bandit.
It's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, it is because they're all wearing bandit.
Yeah.
Put this bandit mask on.
Yeah.
So they have a little tango with him.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny. Because Willem Dafoe was great. He brought a lot of life to his character.
Oh, yeah. And Christopherson, like, is the one who...
Dude,
he literally,
locks that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He doesn't even do it. He falls in and hits the hinges.
He hits the jaw. Yeah, that's funny. So, Christopherson's slick, bro. He knows exactly when to strike.
We skipped their conversation.
Probably in quotes.
Talk about.
Yeah,
in quotes.
Yeah, we'll talk
about the entire movie.
We'll talk about
We might have to.
We basically already have.
Because I'm like, so these dudes... They get the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get it. But it's kind of coming at a cost because now everyone's on high alert.
He is the smartest farmer out of all of them.
He is.
He's the most aggressive.
They just get apples.
They just got the apple cider.
Cider.
No turkeys because he is a turkey and apple farmer.
He made his own.
He made the turkeys himself, right?
Yeah.
The apples himself.
Because
he's pretty smart if he can make.
Yeah, because it's like
fruits.
These apples may look fake, but at least they have stars on them.
Yeah. So
wait, what?
That's the night they get caught by the wife, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, before they go, I think
she knows
is when she's like, "If what I think is happening is
it
better not be." Yeah. So she already knew.
Yeah. He's like, "We gotta go to another club."
That's when it's really. She's like, the cat's out the bag.
Yeah.
Especially when Christopherson walks in with a bandit mask on.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help. So now she's on high alert. She's pissed off, as she should be, because he made a promise to her that he broke.
Yeah.
But I think she knew at some point he was going to break this promise.
Yeah.
She was like, I just want to see how long this motherfucker can last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she wanted to try to domesticate it.
Yeah. But they have the conversations. They're wild animals.
Yeah.
And they're going, They gotta survive. This is kind of their instinct.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Is what
They can't eat
do.
French toast for a living.
Yeah, like,
yeah. It was French toast, wasn't
Definitely
it?
French toast.
Yeah.
This is what, if I met a fox out in the field somewhere, I would expect him to have stolen something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why was Swiper a fox?
Oh.
Because he steals. You know?
Yeah.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, at least it wasn't wipe or no wiping. Because there'd be a lot of dirty asses out there. If that is actually what it
Ignore
was.
this man, people.
So, but you save a lot of toilet paper. Just hop in the shower.
You gotta get in there, bro. You have to get in there. Like,
are you getting cheeky with me?
Yes, I am. You can't just jump in.
Look, this is Dora the Explorer saying.
And shit, bro.
This is Dora talking about swamp ass.
Take a fucking layer on first.
She's in the Amazon. You can't be just doing nothing there.
I think her and Diego are now helping migrants.
I mean, if you get a bidet,
a bidet,
Amazon jungle.
I'm just saying, in the context of just jumping in the shower,
meatloaf bidet.
Like, I'll fucking use leaves.
There was a comedian.
Big enough leaves for that.
There was a comedian who once said,
Amazon, it's probably a leaf this big.
Yeah, it's bigger than her.
Yeah, shit. I didn't wipe my whole ass for one fucking
six till she moves to the city.
There was a comedian like 30 some years ago who said something like, if the Indians would have found Kevin Costner like 15 minutes sooner, they would have called him Wipes with Leaves.
Wipes with Leaves. Oh, chill. Dances with Wolves. It's a great film. Well,
he didn't have a phobia.
It's all right.
For a Kevin Costner film, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know you don't fuck with Kevin Costner.
No,
he's in some good movies.
Is he? The Untouchables was good. But Brian De Palma.
Yeah, Brian De Palma. Bull Durham, bro?
I never saw it.
Oh, Bull Durham's great. Bro.
That's with Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins,
Tim
right?
Robbins, yeah.
Okay.
And, you gotta fuck with The Bodyguard a little bit. Whitney.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't the best movie, but it's entertaining. It's a 90s movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
you push us.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So they got caught, right?
Yes.
And then it pans over to the farmers.
Yes.
Bean called a meeting, and he's like, hey, we have to deal with this fox situation because he stole from me. He stole from you, right? They're like, I mean, yeah.
But he wasn't taking no shit.
And he's like, okay, then we got to get this fox. And he's like, well, I already know where he lives, so let's go get him tonight. and then,
bro, they get strapped up.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because that's when he and Kylie are going out. So that's after the cider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And that's when he tells Christopherson to go back to bed.
Back to bed.
Then they go out, and then his ears, he can smell them, and he can sense it.
And then they all go to bed, and then they start to like attack the tree, and then he's like,
after his tail gets shot
okay,
off.
so Kylie's there, so that's why I assumed he lived there, because he's there for that scene when everyone's asleep.
He probably lives upstairs.
Yeah, he's a superintendent, so he takes care of everything.
Like on
somewhere.
like the patio thing that they were at for sure.
Yeah.
He got a hole somewhere.
Anyway, so they do that, and then they shoot off his tail, and then they're like, we gotta dig, because they start to,
because they take the tail.
Yeah.
The tail's almost like a trophy.
It is a trophy. But we don't know what they do with it until later.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah. This is just
highlight that tail is very important to the whole rest of the film.
Yeah.
The second chapter of the book has the tail laying on the ground. The scene that they show with the tail laying on the ground, that's the picture.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. It is sad, yeah.
I don't know why I remember
it's
that.
Like,
whatever.
He's like emasculated, basically.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
Cutting off our friend.
Yeah.
You want to blow my head off.
Ash is like, does it grow
would
back?
happen, right?
He's like, my tail does not grow back.
Yeah. Is it going to grow back, Dad?
No.
I mean, and like, as a father, if you hear your son ask you, you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the moment when it really hits.
Yeah. And then they're arguing when they realize that they're going to dig them out.
Yeah.
And what does Kylie say? He turns into Jamie from Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh, what does he say?
You say one thing, he says another, then it comes around again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I just wanted him to say, you're tearing me apart. That's what I wanted him to say.
Then they get some bulldozers, and they start to hack at the tree, and then he's like, we gotta dig. So then they start digging.
And that's when you find out that's how they got out of the thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's like, we've been trapped before.
Yep. And then they just start digging.
Dude, they start going ham, too.
Yeah.
And then, like, Ash and him have a conversation about his relationship with Christopherson, and I don't know, he says something about he's just better than you, and you look over and he's just like digging perfect. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah. And he probably never dug before in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, shit.
he never had to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but also, I don't think Ash has ever dug before in his life, so you can't compare them.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
but Christopherson just is naturally talented.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
So then I think that's whenever Ash gets really upset because he's like, oh, you really do see him as being better than me. You literally just told me this.
Yeah.
Like,
He is.
Yeah.
it's not the point.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to make your son feel like shit, but I also think
I don't think he did it on purpose.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But that's something I also think as a parent, you need to set realistic, expectations for your children.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know my relationship with my mother.
Yeah.
She puts me in check when I need to, and I like it. Like,
Sometimes it's not warranted.
yeah, sometimes I don't ask for a fucking opinion.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
Give it to
saying.
me.
Sometimes
I'll take and I'll sit and ponder on it for weeks.
Yes, you do.
And
Talk
then
about
I'm
it a
like,
lot.
she's right.
She wasn't right.
She was right.
She wasn't right.
Now I'm way better
Anyway,
off now.
it's fine.
Like,
Wow.
It's not important.
Okay,
Go ahead,
wow.
go ahead. So they're digging.
They're digging, and then they find an open space, and they stop digging, and they are gonna go to sleep. But before they do that, Mrs. Fox and Mr. Fox, she's like, "Come with me to this what did she say?"
Mineral deposit.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm about to get very angry. He's like, what? And she's like, I'm about to get very angry. And then she scratches his face.
Yo,
That's the
yeah.
first time we've ever
And
seen her express real emotion.
And you see a little tear.
Little tear.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
supposed to burn in those
Gosh.
fresh scratches.
Oh my
Gross.
god.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
no.
not like domestic abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is. But
He might be into it though.
I don't think he
He
was.
cried. I don't think he
I don't
was.
think he was. That was
Maybe in other contexts.
Yeah,
but-
like
My safe word is stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she's is this when she talks about the promise that
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that or the waterfall? I don't remember.
Yeah. It's at the mineral deposit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you promised.
She's like, you promised me 12 years ago that you wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And now we're in this situation. I forget what he says.
That's when he's like, I'm a wild animal.
Wild
Yeah.
animal. Yep. And that's
Mhm.
kind of very important to.
It is very important to think about the fact that he views himself as a wild animal, but nothing he does is like a wild animal.
Mhm.
Other than stealing.
And eating.
Yeah. The way he eats.
He eats
They
it.
all eat
Why does he have
Yeah.
a fork? He never used it.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah.
So why do they have it?
To-
How did they make
Appearances.
tables and stuff?
How
They don't
did
have thumbs. They don't.
Fork to be in the perfect place setting.
That's a good
Dude,
question.
they stole
That's an unanswerable
dollhouse
question.
furniture.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it.
Because
Yeah.
you see them, of course they look big. When we're looking at them, when you see them to scale against real shit, you're like, yo, these things are small as hell.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you see them next to humans or like buildings, you're like, bro, they look like they're this big.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
you see them in their holes in the tree, they look huge. They look like regular size.
I also got upset when they painted yellow the walls of the tree.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I liked the wood better.
What
Well,
works?
yellow represents, depending on your belief system, it
Belief.
represents different good luck, I guess, with like different
Yeah,
gods
but
and
she
goddesses.
wears
and
yellow
stuff.
all the time. They didn't need their house to be yellow too. Her dresses were always yellow when she was a hippie
Yeah.
and when she wasn't, and so's his suit.
I think
It's
it's
like fucking yellow.
I think it's
Yeah,
to
but-
represent. If you look at God, this is going to sound terrible, but remember my Caribbean diasporas class
Kind of.
that I
yeah.
took a couple
Yes,
years
I
ago?
That sounds like a class.
Like, yeah, but some of the African culture and religion came over to like the Caribbean and that, and if you look at like some of the goddesses, they had the color yellow,
I mean, it is.
and it represented stuff. So it might be a stylistic choice because she was the painter.
the whole movie's yellow.
Yeah, so
Like, it's all yellow and blue. That's the color scheme for
and
the
some
movie.
and some of
black.
and some of your earth tones,
Brown.
It's brown,
Yeah.
white.
orange,
Green.
Yeah.
yeah, it is very earth tone.
It's earth tone. There's not
But, like,
bright colors. It's
all-
also stop motion.
All the farms are yellow,
Yeah,
and like everything in them is yellow. And
Yeah.
the only time you see anything really that's not is at the end.
maybe Wes is a big Coldplay fan.
He might be.
I don't know. The soundtrack was great too.
He just
Oh yeah,
But anyway,
yeah.
I think we're reading too much into the color. I think that motherfucker just wants to
But-
put it yellow.
But believe it or not, like that stuff does matter because sometimes it is a choice that represents something to like a specific character. Like think about in The Graduate like all the water references,
Yeah.
you know, stuff
See,
like that.
I
It's about
didn't
him
notice
drowning.
color till the end. So
I'll tell you right now, we're reading way too far.
Okay. Anyway, I'm
I
sorry.
just feel like we probably.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just
So
saying.
I just think
yeah.
it bothered me. She painted the walls with,
Yeah.
like the natural color. That's all I was saying.
yeah.
Anyway,
I analyze things too much.
So-
Yeah.
so then they're all like laying down and trying to sleep, but then the bulldozers they had are getting to where they're at, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to dig again."
Yeah. Keep.
And then they go to like the bottom of the tree roots, and the badger and the rabbit and all of them find them.
Yes, yeah.
So then the badger's real pissed off.
Oh,
He's
he
like,
is.
"You did this.
Yeah.
My wife and kids are stuck wherever the fuck they live. Where do they live?
Oh my God, where was it?
There's a specific name for it. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
It
whatever.
don't matter.
They're
Yeah.
stuck in their home, and he's like, they're trapped there. They can't get out. We need food, and he's like, okay. And then he goes and he thinks for a little bit because then he's like, oh, everyone's blaming me. It's 100% his fault.
Oh yeah, it is. Of course.
100%
Of course it is.
But
Yeah, we got to
Especially
dig in a very
because-
specific direction.
Because like his family at least was benefiting from what he was stealing. These motherfuckers ain't getting no piece of your pie.
Yeah, they're
You know.
they're now screwed over because of your
Yeah.
selfishness.
So like, you wasn't dropping off turkeys and chickens on your way back. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
no.
So yeah. So anyway, go on. You're doing great.
okay. So then he walks over to this wall. It's like in between the roots, and he looks around for a little bit. He's like, I have an idea. And they're like, okay. And he's like, follow me, or whatever the fuck he says. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. He says we got to dig in a special direction.
And then he's like, I gotta find it. And then he goes
Yeah.
and he finds it.
And he's
and
like
then-
patting the
We're
wall.
like, what is that even doing? Whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine. So then they dig and they end up robbing each of the people. They get the chickens, the geese, and the cider, just like they did in the book.
Yeah,
And then they go back to the badger's home, and everyone from their community is there.
yeah.
It's so big.
It's
How
not
many?
a supper looking
what-
shit.
Didn't he say that they had like 40-some kids there or something? When it was
I think he did say that. Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think it was everyone's kids. It wasn't just
Yeah,
theirs.
yeah, not just
So,
theirs. It was
I
everyone's.
was like,
Yeah.
these badgers. I don't think badgers have litters of 10 at a time. Like, I don't think that's a thing.
Probably not.
I don't want to eat mud.
No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot to say that. So Ash is getting bullied. What?
Yeah.
And then Christopherson
Yeah.
bullies the bully.
Shit out. Well,
Yeah.
he made him cry though.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
That
Yeah,
dude was
Yeah.
husky.
he was,
Yeah.
and he was the whack bat
Black
pitcher.
back, yeah.
But the thing is, I think that's like Ash is like, I can take care of myself, which he
No,
does
you,
say.
no, you can't.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. I'm
No,
trying
you
to help you. But Ash sees it as, oh, you're better than me. You're trying to be better than me. And Christopherson's like, I'm just trying to help you. So,
Yeah, because you're my cousin.
Yeah, and
And
he's
even
like,
homies.
he's
Yeah.
bullying you. I don't want you to be bullied. So if you can't take care of yourself, I will. He's like, I gave you a chance. You
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
Yep, he let this
Like-
motherfucker treat you.
And there was foreshadowing because in the chemistry class, Christopherson's like, "Are you a bully? Because you're sounding like a
Sound
bully."
Like a
Yeah.
bully.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'Cause he,
So-
don't- he clearly got a problem with bullies.
Yeah.
You can see why he gets bullied. Look at the way he dressed. It's the 70s.
Well, yeah.
The Husky Bulls fucking with him. He was like a Jockey Letterman type.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if this was back,
He's the pitcher and whack bat. He's the best player there.
Yeah.
Not
so
really, but
Chris
yeah.
Hobson's about to take your spot. But
Yeah.
It's a different position.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, shit, take your spot in any position probably.
Yeah. He,
Probably.
Yeah, so that bullies are they're dickheads, you know, and
Yeah.
I love putting a bully in their place. That's one of my favorite things.
I also love that they made him cry because
Yes.
it's like, oh, one kick made you cry. You're just being a dick for no reason. You can't take
You
it.
can't-
Like,
yeah,
why-
yeah.
Bitch, in my experience, that's most bullies are like that. You know how many bullies I fought and they were just like, oh, well, you're a fucking bitch, bro. I hit you once. I was ready to get knocked around, bro. I was prepared. Trust me. And like the toughest physical fights I've ever had are dudes that I did not expect to be able to fight. Dudes I thought were gonna fucking kick my ass suck. Dude, one of the toughest dudes I fought. Dude was probably like 110 pounds. This motherfucker was scrappy as hell. I was like, God damn, this.
well, you have to be.
Yeah.
Was this where you went to high school and stuff?
Oh, this is way back.
Oh, okay.
Middle school days.
Okay.
But in middle school, I was already a bigger dude. I was like probably like 155, 160. You know what I mean? So I've always been a thicker man. You know, now we won't talk.
but you're modest.
Oh my God.
But you're modest.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this.
there's gonna be no body shaming in the comments. But nah, go ahead. You were doing great. I just wanted to jump in about bullies
Okay.
because I fucking
So they get all the they get their loot. They get all of the chickens, the geese. I still don't think they took any turkeys.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
never
so.
got
And then
no.
they get some carrots because their rabbit is a chef and they're chopping up some carrots. So they have some vegetarian options there too. And then they have the cider. So everyone's drinking
They
cider
already
as if it's
lit.
fucking Irish because there's no water.
They're-
So these
I
kids are
think-
getting drunk, but whatever.
I think that's why like Bean was pissed off because he only drank the cider.
Yeah, it's his only form of substance, even
Yeah.
though he raises turkeys.
Yeah.
He can eat turkeys.
Yeah, no,
You
he
can live
could.
off your farm, but whatever.
And God, his kid was such an idiot.
Oh,
Anyway,
So stupid.
Dad's on fire.
But like, yeah. So they're having this feast, right? And the badger, before they have this feast, Christopherson and Ash go to try to steal the tail back. So
oh yeah.
when you find out where the tail is, really, or did they have the campfire scene before that? I don't remember. I don't remember the order.
I think
of
the
these
campfire scene is before.
Oh, with Petey singing.
PD's song is
Yeah.
great.
You wrote a bad song, Petey. That's weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey.
I can't remember.
I can't remember what order it's in. It's not really that important.
Yeah.
But
But
that's just funny. That scene, we don't even need to talk about this.
Yeah.
did they send a letter before that too? With the magazine?
No.
Or is that after?
No, it's after.
Okay.
Because Ash and Christopherson go
Oh, and then
and,
it's
and
after
they eat the ginger apple snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps.
Yeah.
And that's when Christopherson
Okay.
gets caught.
Okay.
Oh.
So Ash and Christopherson go into the kitchen because for some reason he knows where the kitchen of the bean farm is. I don't know why Ash knows this. They never explain that because he never stole anything.
Fox instincts.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like the
He's
Fox has,
kind of like his dad because his dad knew.
Yeah.
dad has instincts.
He
I
is-
feel like they have
yeah.
instincts.
I guess he is like his dad, but yeah, they end up in the kitchen.
He just
and
had to
he's
kind
like-
of go through Fox
He
puberty.
had to guess.
You know?
He's
Yeah.
like, here's cherry pop. Seriously.
Yeah.
Where he fucking starts going hard as
Yeah.
shit.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. Hot dogs.
But they're trying to get the tail back, and they're like, "Oh, I think it'll be in the fireplace and in the mantle in the fireplace." And they're like, "Okay."
Oh yeah, because when they're in there is when
They see that it's the
It's-
tie.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
you know that the tail is the tie before this. So I forget the order. of
no,
these
I think
scenes.
that's when you find out.
That's when you find out. Yeah,
Okay.
that's when you find out the tail's a tie.
So yeah, the bean he took the tail, made it a tie, but
Because they see him on TV.
Yeah,
but they're
starting
eating these cookies, and he's like, "Have you ever had one of these cookies?" I'm like, "Have you ever had
Yeah,
one of these cookies?
yeah.
Why the fuck did you say that?" That's why I think.
His dad may have brought him home.
He brought him
before.
home. Yeah,
But
had
he said
to.
he stopped stealing stuff before he was born when she was pregnant.
Yeah, but he might
So
have brought them
maybe-
Jones home in their little excursions they've been having.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sure they went out and stole more than they showed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then
Yeah, because even though he said it's a triple header, they kept going out.
They was go-
but does that mean that she knew before that, or does that mean that he told her? I don't fucking
He
know.
didn't tell her, but she.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
She's like,
But then if it was after that, then he should have eaten it. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm reading way too much into that. So they're eating these cookies, and then the wife comes home, and she sees them, but you don't know that she sees them. And she walks into the other room, and she brings out like these two knives because they're just standing there waiting. And he's like, "Why?"
Oh yeah, Bean's wife
Yeah.
with her glasses or goggles or whatever she's
she got
wearing.
the
Yeah.
Robert De Niro's.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're standing there, and he's like, "I just want one more cookie." He's like, "Dude, we gotta go. We gotta go." She saw us. He's like, "No, she didn't." She comes out and she chases them, and then they run away. And you don't see this until after. So then it pans over to the next scene, and Mr. Fox is giving his speech to everybody. Badger starts, and then he interrupts because I feel like he's kind of narcissistic, but whatever.
Badger.
No, Mr. Fox.
Oh, Mr. Fox,
sure.
definitely.
Yeah,
He's the biggest narcissist ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, this is all about me. I'm the reason we're here," but that doesn't matter. Listen to this.
Oh yeah, because like when Badger is starting to make that speech, yeah, Fox interrupts him.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, it's the first time we've had all of you here. We've been trying to invite you to for
Yeah.
dinner."
I guess my invitation got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
And then he just starts talking.
And you notice at that scene, George Clooney kind of sounds like Will Arnett in Arrested Development when he's like the guy in the $4,000 suit. If you
It's
remember
been a
from
long
season
time.
2,
I haven't watched that show since I was like, I don't know, 9.
that's
like,
terrible.
But this came out before that, though, right?
This came out actually after.
2009.
This came out
The
after
rest of development.
2000
Arrested Development. 2003 is when it started, and it was only 3 seasons. So 06 is when
I know.
is when the original series ended.
And then they have a season 5.
I think I saw
4
one
or
episode.
5?
4 and 5.
4 or 5.
I think I saw one episode where they're like on a boat doing something.
Yeah, that's the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's
a pilot episode.
I
Yeah.
never saw.
Yeah.
But he's making this speech, and like partway through the speech, he realizes that Ash and Christopherson aren't there.
Oh yeah.
But then it starts to leak cider from the ceiling, and he's like, "Ah, shit, we gotta go find them."
Yeah.
And then they're trying to find or is this after? I forget.
No, yeah. What happens is they get washed away,
Mhm.
and then Ash comes back, and they find out Christopherson is.
And he's like, "Where's your buddy?" Or "Who's your buddy?" He said Christopherson. He's like, "Where is he?" And he's like, He got kidnapped. And then he's like, "Where were you? Where is he?" And he's like, "We're trying to get your tail back." And he's like, "Ah, shit."
And then after that is when they get the letter.
Okay.
Because then they're like, "Why did they cut out all the letters?"
Yeah.
Right? And then
And Kylie's like, "So we don't know who they are." And he's like, "But they signed." And he's like, "Oh yeah, but they signed it. And we already knew who they were."
But then they end up getting washed into the sewer because their dinner party gets flooded by apple cider. So now they're stuck in a sewer. There's no way out because there's one manhole cover and it's covered by a station wagon.
Yes. And when they get the note, Fox decides to give himself up because it's like they're gonna trade him for, yeah, because they're gonna trade him for Christopherson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rat comes.
Yeah, so they're in like a tunnel.
And that's when he tells him about the town tart.
Yeah.
Ash is like,
no, didn't he say that before? Didn't he say it to the dad before, and then he mentioned it again because he saw?
Well, he sees her.
Ash is like, "Yo, is that true?"
Yeah, because the mom is there.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh,"
and she's like, "Am I getting flirted with by a psychotic rat?"
Yeah. So then she goes to like fight him because Ash is about to for her, and then Ash can't fight for shit.
No.
So
doesn't the fox fight him?
Yeah. So he hears him like he's halfway through.
Yeah, because he's starting to get through to give himself up, and he hears Ash yelling.
Ash yells "Dad," and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go." So he goes, and then what does he say? He says, "I guess my suicide mission is canceled."
Yeah. Because after he fights the rat, and the rat ends up getting electrocuted.
They're fighting around water and like open wires, and then he gets electrocuted and dies. And he's like, "What is it that you want?" And he's like, "Cider."
Yeah, so it gives him like,
give him a little.
But then he tells him where Christopherson is. He's in an apple crate on top of a fridge or some shit like that.
On top of a gun cabinet. Yeah.
So he's
in the cellar.
So he's in an apple crate, and they're like, "Oh, we know where he is." And then he says, "My suicide mission is canceled." It's like a
go for broke rescue mission. And then that's the title.
Yeah.
Go for broke rescue mission.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's eat.
So he gives another speech.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This won't be as good as my other one," or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then what? Ash is like, how does Ash end up being the one to fucking get to rescue Christopherson?
He can fit through the vent.
Yeah. You know why? Because I'm little.
So it's Kylie, Mr. Fox, and Ash, and they're all trying to go save
But it
him.
wasn't supposed to be Ash.
It wasn't supposed to be.
But Ash has his homemade sock mask on.
He made his own bandit mask that matches the rest of his
Thank
fit.
you.
So then they bring the blueberries, but they run into, or they don't bring blueberries.
I put it on your hand. It's just a blueberry with arrows. Kylie's little paw.
Run into a beagle, and he's like, "Why is this foaming in his mouth? Did he eat soap?" He's like, "No, he eats rabies."
Yeah, because they mentioned him earlier.
Yeah,
they mentioned the one that has chronic rabies.
Crazy as red eyes and shit.
Yeah,
and then they just they pan over to his medication.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's all the fucking
The information.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ! All this for some fucking rabies.
So then Kylie and Ash go up to the roof while Mr. Fox is playing,
distracting the dog.
Yeah. So then Kylie's like, "Oh, we got to get through this," and then Ash is like, "I can fit through because I'm small."
Yep.
Whatever. So
I'm little. Because he like yells and says it mean.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm little.
He's like finally being the small pipsqueak. He's
like, this is good for me.
Yeah.
This is what I was made for.
So he drops down, and Christopherson's blindfolded, so he's trying.
Yeah.
He's like locked in this apple crate, and he's like, "Could you teach me karate?"
Teach me karate.
Okay.
He's like, "Okay, first."
I do have a nitpick with the scene because there's a padlock on the apple crate, but it's not really connected to anything.
It's just hooked on.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Dude, just fucking move it.
Yeah.
You know how
that's true.
Shit.
Yeah.
What's this locked to?
Yeah, because it's now two crates on top of each other. It's one crate. It's just right there.
Because at first it did look like two crates.
Yeah.
Also, why is there such a small apple crate that fits in perfectly?
I'm
that's like 3 apples.
I was going to say, how many fucking apples are you putting in this thing? I'm like, you're putting 5 max in here.
Yeah.
Five? They're specially made.
Yeah,
The are big. There's like
might be
3.
3. I was like, this John's pretty small. Because
So-
Christopherson is small, even though he's tall.
He's
Yeah.
Scale to Ash.
Remember
He's as big as his damn microphone.
But like Foxy has one of the apples in his hands at the end, and you saw the scale of it.
Mhm.
So in that crate, you could probably fit a lot of those size apples.
Yeah,
But
that
they
was-
have big ones
but
too,
they
because
got
you saw it in the
Aussie
guy's
boys.
hand too, and it
Yeah.
was bigger. So
Aussie
it just
boy.
depends, I guess. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
he picks the best one for his own personal cider. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
But yeah, so he's like, you got to teach me karate. So he like teaches him a
Oh, yeah.
breathing technique, and then he like goes to kick it, and he knocks
Yeah.
It just breaks.
knocks him off, and he's like, oh shit, I hope you don't die. And then
Yeah.
it falls, and he's like, I'm good.
So he broke him out.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
No, someone else say it.
Oh,
Come on.
well, go ahead.
Oh.
Pick it up.
So then they
You're doing so great.
Mr. Fox gets away from the rabid beagle,
Yeah.
and when he gets to Kylie, he has Kylie's eyes.
Yes,
Yes.
dude. Look at the swirls.
And Kylie's like, "Are you okay?" And he puts his arm up. He does the thing that Kylie did when Mr. Fox is like, "Can you give me a sign to make sure any of this is getting through?"
Yeah.
And so then they're all together and they try to get away, but like Bean is there with all his guys.
And they're strapped
And they-
to the T.
Yeah, and they start shooting at him because he's like, you.
Yo, no,
And
the best
he
is that's
does a list of
great,
things.
because they're hiding behind those crates.
Yeah,
And it's like if you ever play the game Uncharted, it's just like that. The fucking box is just quickly just falling to nothing. And you're like, oh my god, I'm getting shot at.
yeah. He's like, because he wants to get his tail
His
back,
tail.
and he's like, on second thought, we should just
We
leave.
should just leave. Yeah.
Okay, now, where did I park?
And then
Yeah,
Ash
stunt
is
round.
Like Ash steps up again though,
Yeah.
because Ash gets the tail, right?
No.
No.
Someone gets.
I think
it.
Christopherson picks it up as they drive by
He
on,
picks it up.
on the
Yeah,
motorcycle.
But Ash, he like does the whole
He does
black
black
bat
bat
routine.
routine.
Yeah.
He dodges all the
Yeah.
bullets like he's Neo.
Yeah.
He would have got shot about
And-
47 times. bro.
And he breaks the rabid beagle out.
Yep, he
Yep.
breaks
So the
him
beagle
out. He
attacks him.
attacks him.
And then that's
and-
how the tie.
Yeah, because the beagle gets the tie off
And
of
he
Bean.
rips that shit apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, this damn dog ruined the whole thing. I
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah.
So the whole mission, the rescue mission was a success.
They got
But
the
tie
tail, but the
mission-
tail was like iffy. They
Yeah.
got it though.
That shit got ruined, bro.
It's a success, kind of.
Bro, and they tied it to the back of the bike, and it looked like
Okay.
like a weird.
They
Oh yeah, the way it was flapping.
Yeah,
they got the tail. It just wasn't in good condition.
dude.
Yeah.
I
Partial
wouldn't put
success.
it back on me.
Yeah,
I said
well,
that.
But
It just has to get dry cleaned twice a month.
but I kind of forgot to say this. But while they're driving, they mention wolves
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
drive
We'll
past
talk about
them.
wolves a couple times.
Yeah, because Mr. Fox has a phobia of wolves.
Yeah.
He's
But
not
then-
scared of them.
No, I'm
No.
not scared of them. I just have a phobia.
Yeah.
So then they're driving back and they see a wolf, and Kylie's like, "Don't look back," and so he backs up and
He
stops.
backs up, stops. And the way they animated the wolf is fucking dope. He just looks like a black, shadowy figure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
Whatever. He looks like a black ass shadowy figure.
Yeah.
And he's calling him by his Latin name, and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's
He's
what do
like,
you
because
call
he talks about himself. He's like,
Vulpus
Vulpus. Yeah.
So, any of you Pokemon fans out there, that's why Vulpix, the fox, is called that.
Ah,
You know, so, but anyway, so he's sitting there, and he obviously has some kind of weird, unspoken connection with this wolf standing over in the. It was like snowing and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a whole
Landscape.
different. Yeah, it looks like an entirely different place.
Yeah.
But he's standing there, and he throws up the fist,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and the wolf throws it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of I think it did a lot for Foxy, but I think it kind of put his phobia at ease because he's like, you know what? They're just like us.
Yeah, because when he's staring at him, he's like, so do you think that actually now that you said that part, do you think it's about, God, I hate to say it, it's about racism?
I mean, I thought Zootopia was about racism.
Oh, for sure. That
But-
one's definitely.
But
about it.
I never thought about it until you explain how they show the wolf, and then he's like, well, they're just like us.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah.
Possibly. Because if all the wolves are black,
Yeah.
Brown and light colored animals be like, the black scary creature.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill us and eat us.
And it was
Rabbit,
the 70s, right?
Yeah, and it was the 70s,
Yeah.
Civil rights was just happened. So
it's like
we don't want to live in England. This takes place in England.
oh yeah. Well,
I thought about it.
Happening in America.
Yeah.
I thought about it like he kept saying he was a wild animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's anthropomorphic and does everything a human does. He's not a wild animal.
No.
Whereas a wolf actually is a wild animal.
That's probably why I was scared of him, because he actually is a wild animal.
Yeah.
This is a wild animal.
Yeah, because like
I just call myself that.
Yeah. I can say that because I'm not one.
Because I'm not one.
And the people that I say it to aren't wild either, and they won't know the difference.
They get it.
But a wolf would know the difference.
They'd be like, well,
oh, you're wild, really? Yeah, you thought Felicity.
Magic scratch.
Yeah, you thought her scratch was bad.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, my bite's worse than that bark.
And that's kind of what I got out of it this time. Like he boasts about being a wild animal, but he's not. He's just a selfish prick.
Yeah,
basically, like any person would
human.
be. Yeah. So he's not an animal, but then the wolf represents the baser instincts that he's trying to kind of give into, but he's still, even though he's doing what he's doing because he wants to, he's going through that midlife crisis or whatever, he's still providing for his family.
Yeah, a lot of his vanity, though, because he's over providing. They're fucking animals. You don't need.
Oh, yeah, because when she opens the cupboard,
it's packed up.
Also, all those animals are going to go bad before they eat them.
Exactly.
It's relevant, but
this is all.
It becomes ego after a while.
It becomes ego. It's gluttony. It's excess. It's all the 7 deadly sins of one. And that wolf, what he does is all for survival. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the wolf represents, like you said, really what the basic instincts of an animal is.
Yeah.
Surviving. Just like humans. But humans are intelligent, so we do it in fucked up ways.
And you're right, because that's what he says at the end when he does the speech at the supermarket.
Oh, yeah. We're not there yet.
No, but he talks about surviving.
We're basically there.
Yeah, because they make it back.
Yeah.
They
make
a home in the sewers.
So, like in the book, they make a society underground, and then after a while, he's like, "Hey, y'all come with me to like all the foxes." So the girl fox, Christopherson, Ash, his wife, and then Kylie's there.
And what does Meryl Streep say to George Clooney? One of the best lines. You're such a bad actor.
And she probably was like, George, I mean that.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's amazing in it. But it's funny. She's like, "You're such a bad actor."
And it's funny, one of the best actors saying that. So, I know I'm a great actor. If Meryl Streep told me that, though, even if it was in acting, still might hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
George was like,
he's like, I know it's the script, but it's still his.
Yeah, you're not supposed to ad lib.
If Kubrick yelled at me, I was like, "Who taught you how to act?" That would break my spirit, bro. Shelley Duvall is a fucking monster animal beast for dealing with that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
he was a tyrant to her. So
did he actually say that to her? Who taught you how to act?
A lot of things he said to her.
Wow,
that's probably would be one of the lighter things.
Do you think he did it to try to break her down so the character seemed more real on film?
See, at first that's what they thought, but they were like, it just went on way too long, bro.
Oh wow,
I'm starting to feel like a.
He seemed like it.
She can't. We're not talking.
We're not talking about this because he doesn't like my opinion on this.
Well, you prefer the book, The Shining, to the movie, right?
I prefer the book to all of the movies that he made that I read.
Okay, but she's read the books. So
why are you looking at me like that? We're not. I mean,
you like the Shinin, don't you? You like the Shinin.
You said we weren't discussing this, so we're not discussing
2001.
2001 is really good.
Did you read 2001?
No, I said all the ones I read.
Read 2001.
But I think she's talking about Stephen King books.
I'm not just talking about
not Kubrick.
That's Stand By Me.
I haven't read that.
What's it called? The Body, right? I think it's a story.
Yeah.
It's also a short story, right?
Yeah, they call The Body, I think.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
The Carrie book was good, but anyway.
Anyway. That's a novella. You read that in like 30 minutes.
And Dr. Strangelove is amazing.
So that's one of the best. All right, anywho. So that's pretty much it. It's a happy family ending.
Yeah. Because they go up to a supermarket.
They go to the supermarket.
That's owned by all three farmers.
Yeah.
Farmers.
And then she says she's pregnant again. That's basically it.
And then they're both glowing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then they show like real toys.
Though?
And like whenever they show them glowing, isn't that just toys?
It kind of looks like they're plastic.
I'm pretty sure it's just toys because it's stop motion.
Yeah, they're plastic and they're illuminated.
So probably ran out of money, but
Yeah.
But anyway, that's about it.
And then he gives that speech and he talks about 2 hour survival.
Yeah.
So I think you're right about the
Also,
survival.
Christopherson is staying because now his dad has single pneumonia and he's healing.
Yeah.
And he's looking for real estate in the sewer.
Yeah. It's a good time to buy.
Yeah.
It's a good time to buy.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a cute movie. It's a family film. It's one you could definitely throw on with the family, have a good time. But I mean, it's one of those ones you feel warm at the end. It's a quick watch. It's like an hour and 34 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely one you can watch up. So let's get into this stuff because we got running up on time. MVP, who'd y'all have?
MVP, that's a tough one.
It's tough.
Because, dude, I would think it's Wes and George Clooney, man. Because George Clooney, in this film, he is as close to Cary Grant's charisma that you can get.
Yeah, I agree. Wesley and George.
Cary Grant was amazing.
Yeah, that's probably what I do.
Yeah.
Paul Newman.
We're not
wait.
again. Okay.
I forget if I asked you. Did you ever see North by Northwest?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
That.
Oh my god! Remember when he's in the auction?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's so funny.
Yeah, $15. but it's only worth $15.
They got him drunk and made him drive that fucking car.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. Anywho,
yeah.
Peak season. Oh, who'd you have for MVP?
Oh, I had George Clooney.
Okay. Oh, no love for Wes. And I
was like,
I could
honestly,
George was a man.
And honestly, you could even say like Noah Baumbach and Wes Anderson because they co-wrote the scripts.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Too. But Wesley, that's
you could see everything, every little detail.
It's a stamp.
And the music too, like that.
The music was great.
The heroes and villains, that Beach Boys song that's playing in the beginning. Yeah. If you listen to the words as it's happening, it's almost like it's about Fox and Felicity as they're doing what they're doing. It's incredible.
Crazy. Peak season?
Peak season. That's a tough one.
I know one.
I'd say Eric Chase Anderson, because what has he done since? Because your boy Christopherson.
Yeah.
I know he's an architect anyway, and he's an artist. And he's a writer because he wrote that book.
Movie shit, it's just probably
yeah.
So yeah,
everyone else has great movies.
Yeah, I'm like,
no one
else is season.
Like Wes Anderson's movies are all great. We're not even
none of the actors.
I'm just gonna do a quick plug for his book from 20 years ago, Chuck Dugan is AWOL, written and illustrated by Eric Chase Anderson.
Okay,
I have that.
Is that where my copy of it went?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I got a new copy of it because I couldn't find it.
Yeah, no, I found it yesterday.
Okay, great.
I was looking for Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then I found that.
You know what? You should read it. It's actually pretty good. Eric Chase Anderson.
Keep that.
Props.
Yeah.
Props. And I love his art style. Anyway.
All right. Best quotes.
Oh, my God.
The entire movie.
I'm going to just run through mine, and any that I miss, y'all just plug in. Or...
I know. Hold on. I got to get to my...
I only wrote 4 because I figured y'all would fill in everything else.
All right, I'm going to start throwing something out. Squab. It's like a pigeon or something.
It's like a pigeon, I suppose. Yeah.
If you were still alive tomorrow morning, I want you to find another line of work.
Yeah.
I love the way you handled that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah.
I don't want to live at home anymore. It makes me feel poor.
It makes me feel poor.
Yeah.
It's like the way he says it, though.
Yeah.
It's like so incredible. Like, yeah.
He was.
And then when she asked him later, she's like, "Do you still feel poor?" He's like, "Less so."
Yeah.
Less so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
We're more broke now, but I feel less broke.
Yeah.
I guess he's just different.
Yeah.
Different.
You cussing at me?
Oh yeah.
Good job, Ash. Remember to keep your tail tucked.
Oh, yeah. And he's not even watching him. He's just reading the paper.
And then he looked at his tail like,
that show's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of attitudes going on around here. Don't let me get one.
Oh, yeah.
Ash,
yeah.
Why is your cousin such a wet sandwich?
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
Yeah. But isn't that what Christopherson says? What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah.
He doesn't explain.
He doesn't explain.
Yeah.
Beagles love blueberries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just love that Beagles love blueberries. Yeah. And he like kind of shrugs, doesn't he?
He's like, I don't know why. It's just like,
I can't explain it.
Yeah, Beagles love blueberries.
An unanswerable question.
Yeah. There's no whack bat on the other side of the
Oh my God. Yeah.
I said one bite.
Oh my God. I'm an opossum. I have a different kind of teeth than you.
I think I have some of that same raw natural talent.
Oh my
Psych.
god! Can I do one really quick?
Go ahead, throw it.
This is very important. Basically, there's 3 grabbers, 3 taggers, 5 twig runners, and a player at whack bat. Center tagger lights a pine cone and chucks it over the basket, and the whack batter tries to hit the cedar stick off the cross rock. Then the twig runners dash back and forth until the pine cone burns out and the umpire calls a hot box. Finally, you count up however many score downs it adds up to and divide that by 9. And then Christopherson, got it.
Got it.
What?
He said got it, subbing for Ash.
Yeah.
When it's done,
And then they show it exactly how they illustrated it.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
then he just yells, divide that by 9, please.
Yeah. Hot box, divide that by 9, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. What a crazy.
That's my great cameo.
Yeah.
He has to be in every Wes Anderson movie.
Okay.
He's not in Rushmore.
Yeah, he's not.
He wrote it though, co-wrote it.
He's
He
his last couple ones he ain't been in.
Yeah, I think because they.
2009 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like his new shit. Like
Yeah.
he ain't in Asteroid Titty or French. Sorry.
Asteroid Titty.
Yeah.
Wow.
The French Dispatch.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Here, put this bandit hat on.
Oh yeah.
It burns in the throat and boils in your stomach. It tastes like liquid gold.
Oh yeah.
She was the town tart in her day.
Oh yeah. She was the town tot in her day. Yeah.
His ears are cold. He's not with us. Go back to
bed.
Yeah. Go back to this.
Why did you lie to me? Because I'm a wild animal.
Yeah.
What's the brainstorm? In a nutshell, we're going to steal back my dad's tail.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Aware. You still think we beat him, Foxy? I know we're wild animals. I guess we always were.
Wow.
Am I being flirted with by a psychotic rat?
Yes.
What were you looking for, rat? Cider. And then I had Microtus pennsylvanimus or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Micro Pennsylvanicus. Yeah. Micro Pennsylvanicus. Yeah, but he's yelling Uncle Latin name. Let's smell it.
And then Kylie's like, why do you say my Latin name? He's like, I don't think there's possums in Rome.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just a really nice guy. He's really dependable.
Yeah.
He's really dependable.
He's like, I just need you here.
I don't trust this guy. Anyway, set up the ambush. You afraid of walls? No, I have a phobia of them.
Yeah.
That's not soap. He's rabid with rabies.
What else would he be rabid with?
Your name's Spitz? That's German, isn't it? I literally started laughing. I said that shit. I was like,
it would be German.
German, yeah.
Yeah, it would be German.
Spelled German.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving here without that necktie. And he said, "How was that?" That was a good toast.
Oh yeah.
That was it. And that's what I had. What y'all got? Throw in ones I missed.
We're all different, especially him. But there's something kind of fantastic about that, isn't there?
Yeah.
How about this one? Redemption? Sure. But in the end, he's just another dead rat in a garbage pail behind a Chinese restaurant.
That was so funny.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. I just want to see a little sunshine. But you're nocturnal, Phil. Your eyes barely open on a good day.
He's a moment.
I'm sick of your double talk. We have rights.
Yeah,
Who am I, Kylie? Who, how? What now? Why a fox? Why not a horse or a beetle or a bald eagle? I'm saying this more as like existentialism, you know? Who am I? And how can a fox ever be happy without, you'll forgive the expression, a chicken in his teeth? I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds illegal. Good old Kylie.
Kylie.
In summation, I think you just got to not do it, man. That's all. I understand what you're saying and your comments are valuable, but I'm going to ignore your advice.
Yep.
The cuss you are.
The cuss you.
The cuss am I? Are you cussing with me?
With me?
No, you cussing with me? Don't cuss and point at me. If you're going to cuss with somebody, you're not going to cuss with me, you little cuss. You're not going to cuss with me. Then they both start snarling at each other.
Yeah, and then the secretary looks at him like,
Yeah.
like
Yes. Just by the tree. Okay. Here we go. Another long one, and I apologize, but there's so many good ones. They say all foxes are slightly allergic to linoleum, but it's cool to the paw. Try it.
And then Kylie grizzlies there, not
Yeah.
the fox.
They say my tail needs to be dry cleaned twice a month, but now it's fully detachable. See? They say our tree will never grow back, but one day something will. Yes, these crackles are made of synthetic goose and these giblets made from artificial squab, and even these apples look fake, but at least they've got stars on them.
Yep.
I guess my point is, we'll eat tonight, and we'll eat together. And even in this not particularly flattering light, you are without a doubt the 5.5, because he found out she's pregnant. 5.5 most wonderful wild animals I've ever met in my life. So let's raise our boxes to our survival.
Survival.
They're drinking grape juice and apple juice.
Yeah. And Ash just gets it all over his face.
Over his face.
That was like the last line of the movie. Do you have any other ones?
Yeah, let me see here. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I have one, y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You should put on your bandit hat now. Personally, I don't have one, but I do have this tube sock. And then they give him a bandit hat.
Yeah.
And it has stars on it.
Yeah, he has like the best one. It's like 3 stars. Yeah.
This is the only one I had. Y'all didn't say.
I love you, Felicity. I love you too, but I shouldn't have married you. Yeah. Oh.
That's a cutter.
Yeah.
That was sting.
And then he goes on a suicide mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would hurt.
Hold on here. Man, I'm trying to find ones that we didn't say or ones that, because we said some while we were talking too.
Yeah. I think we quoted about half the movie.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that one. I don't have it here, but when he's trying to talk to Ash, and Ash is like talking over him, he's like, "You're stepping on my lines." But he's trying to tell him the story. Another book party? Oh, I didn't see you sitting in the dark over there. Yeah, no, actually, it's a fire. I just got the call. They said maybe it's arson. I've got to interview the marshal and see if it's Kylie. Is he telling the truth? I don't want to be put in the middle of this. Thanks, Kylie.
Yeah.
Why is he wearing a bandit hat? And then we went over the other stuff from there. Yeah. Anyway, there's so many great ones.
You gotta have them ready.
Oh, how about this? A titanium card? How did you qualify for this? I pay my bills on time. I've always had good credit. Yeah. I mean, there's so many great quotes that we could honestly just do the whole film.
That's all West movies, though. All right, what stage is the best? I asked the stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, it's incredible because it's not normal stop motion. I believe they actually used like fox fur. Like each animal, they used the real
shit on it.
Yeah, and they, believe it or not, I remember when it came out. Usually, films like this, animation, any kind, stop motion or 2D or 3D, takes at least like 4 years to put together. They did this film in like a year and a half.
Well, you can't.
It's amazing.
You got these high level actors. You gotta fucking get that shit going.
I mean, they didn't do the voices before the stop motion.
I think they had different units working at the same time to get different scenes done, and it's perfection. Even the smoke, like when they throw the pine cone grenades and stuff, or even like Christopherson doing the fire extinguisher. That's incredible. The way, because even though it's just cotton, but it looks amazing.
It looked like smoke. You knew it was smoke.
Yes.
Did y'all have anything else?
What's age the best?
Yeah.
God, I hate to cop out and say everything, but like,
I just love the movie.
God, yeah, the voices. Honestly,
I'm very biased on this movie. I can't be.
And even the lighting. It sounds dumb to say, but the lighting is perfect. And the music.
Especially the way that he uses it when they're underground versus outside.
Yeah. And
it's definitely sick.
When Street Fighting Man starts singing as soon as they have to dig, right? Like, that's a Rolling Stones song you don't think about, but it's a kick-ass Stones song.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because I think Brian Jones was still alive then when they did that song. And it's like, man. Maybe. I could be wrong, but still, it's a great song. And Oasis does a good cover of it from like the mid-90s.
We always end up talking.
Yeah, we do. It's weird, but they do. It was a B-side.
Okay.
Yeah, they do a good cover of it.
Because stage the worst then.
Oh.
I had nothing.
I have nothing.
Nothing. Honestly, nothing.
Can I say the fact that it ends?
It's
you know what I mean?
Ending story.
Yeah.
It's not even like there's questionable things in the script either.
No,
because sometimes there's shit like that, but no, whatever.
No, because even instead of curse words, they say cuss. You know what I mean?
If someone calls his wife a tart, he kills him.
Yeah. So he defends her honor.
Yeah.
So he's an honorable fox.
Well, is he?
Well, he becomes
in some
that.
avenues.
Yeah.
I think it's his redemption story is really what it is.
Yeah.
And it's about Ash figuring out who he is, trying to not be his father.
Dad.
Yeah.
He's so much like his dad, though.
He is. He's very much like him.
Yeah.
He's also very different, too.
Yeah, because he's also
realize that.
his mom. You know what I mean? So he's a combo. He's not just one or the other.
For sure.
And he has to come to terms with that. That's what it's about.
Which, trust me,
I believe.
you don't want to just be like Fox.
Yeah.
No.
All right, most rewatchable scenes.
Oh my God. You could go forwards or backwards. I think the entire film.
I just put whole movie.
Yeah. Honestly, because
I'll put a couple in. The first time they start saying you cussing at me.
Oh yeah. That's a great scene.
When they steal the chickens from Bogus.
Yeah.
When they explain Whackbat.
Oh yeah. That whole scene.
When they steal the cider.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting.
Yeah.
When they dig underground. When Chris and Ash go on the tail mission.
Yeah.
Waterfall scene.
Oh yeah. Because
scene.
And the weird thing is, like, another MVP in this film is the music score.
Yeah, it's whoever did the score.
Because Alexander Desplat, I probably mispronounced his name because I think he might be French.
Frost.
So, but like his score, like the waterfall scene when they're talking, and like other scenes, like when Christopherson's walking up or whatever, like that music like tugs on your heartstrings.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something about the way.
Oh, we didn't go over what the rhyme was.
The music. Oh, Bogus Bunsen Bean, one fat, one short, and lean. These horrible crooks, so different in looks, were nonetheless equally mean. But like the music is so perfect with everything else.
That was cute. That's cute.
Oh,
Oh.
You know,
Thank you.
that was a Foxy type of moment.
Well, I did listen to the audiobook for this to go to sleep for a year, so
yeah, that's true.
it is in the book, so that's lived in my brain permanently since I was 4.
I had when the fox and the rat fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a good scene.
First, second time.
The both.
Yeah, both.
But the first time is funnier, I think.
Yeah.
Because the second time's kind of sad because he does. The rescue mission plan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Actually, also when Mr. Fox is talking to Kylie about just the plan in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
The plan.
It's actually kind of important. Don't just say okay.
Plan. That's what I was like. That's
okay.
For sure watchable.
Yeah.
When they try and distract the dog.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Man. Dodging bullets.
Yes.
That was some Matrix shit.
Hot box.
And then the wolf scene.
Yeah.
And then the grocery store scene.
When Bogus eats a blueberry, that's really funny too.
That's just funny too.
Yeah.
I should probably put in there. Just the accents are just so funny.
And in the supermarket scene when they start dancing at the end, in a way it kind of reminded me of the end of Rushmore. Where they put on the music and start dancing.
Yeah. It was Rushmore, like
there.
Because
and Ash was kind of like
on his way to be a fucking Max Fisher.
He was, yeah.
He was definitely on his way to be Max.
Yeah.
For sure. So, yeah, for sure.
So would Christopherson be Dirk?
I don't think Christopherson's even in Rushmore.
Yeah.
He ain't in that one.
Yeah.
Best characters, I have 4.
Who do you have?
Fox, Christopherson, Ash, and Kylie.
I have Christopherson, Mrs. Fox, and Kylie.
Honestly,
you don't like the Fox?
I do, but I just
an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what?
I didn't have the heart to put him in best character.
I agree with both of you because I think Mrs. Fox has to be in there because she's like the moral center.
The contrast.
Yeah, she's the conscience.
Yeah.
I also like the rabbit, but he's too minor of a character.
He's too minor.
And Badger. I think Bill Murray as the Badger was great.
I had him in there,
but he's not in it very much.
That's why I was like, he just doesn't. He made an impact in that time, just like Owen Wilson did too.
Yeah, just like Coach Skip. Yeah,
enough for me to put him in best character.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I left Mrs. Fox off is because I feel like she didn't get enough burn. Truthfully,
yeah,
she should have had a bigger.
But when she's there,
she's there. It's felt.
That's what
she
I was
is
like,
for.
yeah.
You got Meryl Streep doing this voice. I'm using that bitch. We burning them vocals out. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning them voices out.
Especially like 09 Meryl Streep, right after Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia's?
Yeah. Right after Devil Wears Prada and Mamma Mia.
Hey, Julia and Julia.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's like 07.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
So really fast. I watched that movie Match Point. I had you get the Woody Allen movie.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with tennis.
Really?
Yeah, there's tennis in it for like 5 total minutes.
So you have like
It's all a metaphor.
so because
Champions better.
there's
Challengers, yes, but Match Point was really good. But Challengers is better as a tennis movie.
so because there's no tennis in it, you have no love for Match Point.
I actually had a lot of love for it. It
Okay.
actually was really good. It was just a good drama about a dude who's cheating on his wife with Scarlett Johansson. But
Wow.
I'm like, Scarlett, she got to be the main dish. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh.
That's Scarlett fucking Johansson, prime.
What year did that
No,
come out?
actually, that's not prime Scarlett. It's 05. Prime Scarlett
Okay.
is like Black Widow era.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's like
2010.
because 05 is like
Iron Man 209.
Iron Man 2 was 10.
So 2010 to like basically the end of the MCU.
Because 05 would have been like right after Lost in Translation.
Yeah, it was right
and,
after that. She was still real young. That
and
was
like
before
Perfect
she, like,
Score.
that was before she was Scarlet, bro. She was so gorgeous, but
Yeah.
like
After Ghost World.
Ghost World is my shit, dude. I
Yeah.
love that movie. Fucking Steve Buscemi.
Yeah,
She got
yeah.
an Oscar nom for that.
Thora Birch.
Hey, what happened to her?
She should have had
She should have had a
bigger
Scarlet level career.
Yeah,
Truthfully,
yeah.
she was
Especially
really good.
after
American Beauty.
American
dude?
Beauty, yeah.
Shit. All right,
Yeah.
worst characters. I just had all the farmers.
Bogus Bunce and Bean.
Yeah, I was like,
And obviously you would have had Mr. Fox.
you would have.
Yeah,
And probably Ash.
You got him in the worst.
I had-
Ash in the worst.
I did have Ash in there.
Did you?
actually. I love his character, but in the context of the movie, I have him as the worst.
But he has one of the biggest redemption arcs.
He does. He does.
Yeah, I know, but I was just saying, for about 2/3 of the movie, he's an asshole.
I love that.
Actually, because he wrote a
I
bad
didn't say
song.
I didn't love him. There's a
Ashley
difference
Christopherson was my favorite subplot in the
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
I
they're dynamic.
never said I didn't love him. I just put him as one of the worst characters. There's a difference. You've loved worst characters before.
Yeah, that's
That is true.
That is
You're
true.
so
Yes.
right. I can't
It's like,
even-
why are you
Yeah.
I can't
judging
even
this?
see this.
You're right, though.
How many times have I had the same guy in best and worst?
Yeah.
Actually, many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put him as the worst because in the context of the movie, he is one of the worst, most
dick.
assholey characters.
Yeah, I was like,
Until like the last 20 minutes.
I give him the last 35.
I don't know about all that. He brought Christopherson on the mission because he knew Christopherson was better than him, but didn't want to admit it. It's not because he was.
But you don't think he was starting to feel the vibe by
No,
that?
I think he just wanted to help him because he felt guilty. Then after that, he realized he liked him.
I think he was stubborn because he was probably ignored by his dad his whole life, as you can tell from the diving scene.
Mhm.
And so he's trying to do things to impress his dad, and his dad won't even pay attention to him until Christopherson comes.
Yeah.
But then he needed
So-
help, and he begrudgingly needed help.
Yeah.
So then after that, he's like, "Oh."
So the only way that his dad would acknowledge he did anything was if Christopherson was with him.
So I think he was still an asshole for doing that, and then after that, saving him and all that shit after is. But
He,
so
he
I
only saved him because he put him in that
but-
position to begin with.
True.
Yeah. So
All right.
I
yeah.
say worst, but also I love him as a character.
Oh yeah, he's a great character.
Yeah, never denied that. Just.
All right.
I mean, he makes White Cape look cool.
he does.
Mhm.
All right. Nitpicks. You already
Yeah. Just that padlock. What's he
Padlock.
even doing
It
there?
was just, it was all for decoration.
Yeah.
He probably was like, I'm gonna just put this here to wink at the audience.
Yeah. Like it obviously makes no sense,
Yeah.
but you have to have a willing suspension of disbelief because animals are talking.
Yeah,
and wearing
yeah,
clothes.
exactly. Yeah.
Like
What?
they're talking to humans, having
Yeah.
conversations. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
talking to each other.
They
Yeah,
record his
yeah.
voice. Excuse me.
Animals talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
this ain't Toy Story.
And here I am bitching about a fucking padlock.
Yeah.
This padlock isn't
I
realistic.
didn't say the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
how's that there?
I actually had none because I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I had none either until you said it, and then I was like, "Yo, I did notice that and point that out," but it didn't bother me enough to write it down.
How about that mini Triumph they were driving? Where did they get it? Did he
Yo,
steal that
yes.
too?
Yeah. Wait, what?
It was behind the other Triumph, yeah.
Yeah.
But like who? Maybe it was the one farmer because he's super short.
Yeah, I think it was Bunce's.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
recasting couch.
All right.
Mr. Fox, who y'all got?
You go first.
You go first.
I got Josh Brolin.
Wow, Josh Brolin is good.
It was just or Sam Rockwell.
I thought of Sam Rockwell, but I'm
Who's
like
got a smooth? You need a smooth voice, dude. And I think Sam Rockwell maybe like
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Is.
Remember him as Spider-Man and Into the
I
Spider-Verse.
do love him in that film, but is he George Clooney level smooth?
But
He
also,
could do it though.
but
He's
also,
the right age now and everything.
I was thinking Will Arnett because he does a lot of good voiceover
He is a good
stuff.
voice actor. He is actually a really good
Yeah.
voice actor.
Because that one
I think
scene,
I like Chris Pine a little bit more.
I thought you would.
You know, that's my boy though.
I know. We love Chris
You
Pine.
do love Chris Pine.
I had Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, that's a fun one.
And you know what? It would
go with the British shit.
and it would add an air of integrity to
Also, he
Mr.
was
Fox.
in the new Wes Anderson movie, and I think he did it well.
Killed in
So,
Thunderstone,
I don't
bro. Oh
know.
my god.
Wow, Cumberbatch is good.
He was so good.
I didn't even think about that.
That is good. That was a good one. Look at her.
All right, I think that might have to be it.
We can go with Benny.
Because you're right, because it would change the whole dynamic of the film.
Especially after you watch Henry Sugar, you're like, you can feel that, like, for sure.
I think he could do it. He can do
all that in Henry Sugar.
Yeah.
He was good. The Grinch.
Truthfully, if that wasn't a short film, he would have been getting an Oscar nom. Oh, for Henry Sugar. He was incredible. Mrs. Fox, who y'all got?
Okay, I have 3 options, and they're not very alike.
Okay, that's a lot.
Okay, so I have Emily Blunt.
I thought about her.
Actually, with Benedict Cumberbatch, that could work.
Yeah.
I thought about her.
I also have Aubrey Plaza.
Too dry.
She can do it.
I don't know, but the thing is, if she's doing a voice, she doesn't have to be dry.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be.
Her voice is dry, but she can change it.
You think she's a changer?
I watched all of Parks and Rec. She can change her voice if she wants to.
Too, but
I think she could do it.
Everyone loved April Ludgate, and I just didn't care for that character.
See, you just don't like Aubrey Plaza.
I like Aubrey Plaza. She's fine. I just don't love her.
You say fine as if that's a high praise for you. Yeah. I think that she could do it.
Good actor.
You need to watch Legion. The show Legion, the X-Men show that was on FX.
She's great in there.
Yeah, she was actually really good in that.
And then I also had Sandra Bullock.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I like that. I like that
Wow.
the most out of your picks, actually.
Wow.
I do like Emily Blunt, but Emily Blunt seems that's just such the obvious choice,
That's
right?
why I had other options.
But also with Cumberbatch, she would be a good
compliment.
Yeah. Who did you have?
Kate Blanchett.
I thought of that too,
See, I did
right?
too, but I knew you were going to say it.
But then I thought of
She's
like
just too perfect for it. She's tailor-made for that.
I thought of like a Jennifer Aniston now that she's older.
I hate Jennifer Aniston, so I'm not going for it.
But I was thinking of like her character from Office Space. Like her delivery.
You know what? She definitely had a Mrs. Fox vibe. And
Yes. Yeah.
The flair and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's really that and Horrible Boss is the only movies I like her in.
Yeah.
So actually, but that was
not even We're the Millers.
Oh hell!
I like that movie.
Yes, that that may be her best role.
Yeah,
and not because of her acting talents. No, that movie's funny.
Not even the breakup. Vince Vaughn.
I like Vince Vaughn.
God, Vince Vaughn would be good as Mr. Fox.
He would be a good ass Mr. Fox.
Holy crap!
Please.
He would be incredible. He would be so money.
Damn.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Well, he's a Joe.
Because I thought of Sam Rockwell because I always do.
We always
away.
We always cast. Sam Rockwell is a high recaster on this channel.
Yeah,
but I do like Vince Vaughn for that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
and
I only just thought of it now.
Well, with Aniston, but with Vince Vaughn, I think I would want to go with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, you know what? If we're going with Vince Vaughn, then Sandra Bullock.
Pairs.
Yeah,
that would be.
But
fun.
I think Sandra Bullock is good, and Vince Vaughn.
If we went with Cumberbatch, I do like Blunt for that.
Yeah, because it'll be the British duo.
Yeah, and if we went Brolin, I would go Kate Blanchett. That'd be fun. But I really like Vince Vaughn as that. He's got that fucking charisma. Yes,
he does.
He's super confident.
What was that?
He's a poor man's tall George Clooney.
What was that movie where he was like a serial killer and he switched bodies with that
Freaky.
Girl? Yeah,
that
Freaky.
Movie's funny.
Yeah,
shit, dude.
He was great in that.
Yo, he's so good in that. Yo, and when he's in the backseat with the kid, he's like trying to hook up.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell. I'm like, yo, Vince Vaughn's a way better actor he gets credit for.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge, bro, getting pulled on the fucking door, putting motherfuckers down. I was like, Vince Vaughn's a good actor.
Dude, Jurassic Park, The Lost World? As the photographer?
As you know, only Jurassic Park movie I rate is the first one.
The first one.
Two is okay. It's okay.
It's still Spielberg.
I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But like the first one just had that magic. Like I feel like the dinosaurs look better in the first one.
Oh yeah.
I think the first one has the best fucking dinosaurs.
Yes.
Even more than these Chris Pine ones. And the only reason those ones are watchable is because of his co-star.
It's not Chris Pine.
Or sorry, Pratt.
Yes. Yes. Let's not insult Chris Pine.
Okay.
Chris P is a million Chris.
Yeah, but how dare you insult Chris Pine?
You can't pick the wrong case.
So I just real quick, I want to know if y'all agree with me. So I'm watching The Hitman last night, which was actually very good.
Oh, Glenn Powell?
Yes, you know who he's about to be? He's the next Chris Evans, bro.
Oh, really?
I think so.
You think?
Yeah, bro. Watch The Hitman, you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Anywho, Ash. I had Tom Holland.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I originally had Tom Holland. I originally did. I thought of that. But then I put Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Because I think his delivery would be better in those lines.
Good Ash.
But I think in 2009 he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Right
now, I'd probably have to be Tommy.
Because, around the time of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim era. But I was also thinking of him in Barbie.
Yeah,
as Alan.
As Alan, he is.
Yeah,
but I think it might be a little too old.
He might be a little too old. Tom Holland just seems tailor-made for Ash. He was Ash.
Yeah, his right size.
You know what? That movie I just watched him, and he was very Ashley.
He's Ash.
He's also 14 in that movie.
Yeah, he feels like Ash.
Wait, so who do you have for Christopherson?
Timothy Chalamet.
That's who I had. That's why I had Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, Chalamet.
I put Finn Wolfhard.
I know.
Stranger
Things. There we go.
And the new Ghostbusters.
Also in the Goldfinch, and he also voice acts.
Okay, he would be good too.
Okay, because
he would be good.
He's the computer kid in the Carmen Sandiego show, so he voices a lot, and I think his voice would be good for it.
Okay.
I watched that entire show 3 times.
Okay. That's the kid. That's the one from It, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like him. I like that too. But I feel like Chalamet.
I just hate Timothy Chalamet. I was never going to say that. Have this conversation either.
Why are you always hating on Timmy?
I don't like him.
Always hating on Timmy Cuban.
I don't like him.
Anyway, Badger.
Bob Odenkirk.
I like him more than who I have. You're going to like who I picked, but I liked him more than I have.
Okay.
Who do you have?
We have the same person, right?
Yeah, but I thought of someone else. Yeah,
okay.
So... She said Tom Hanks, and I like that a lot.
Wow, that would be good.
But I had a West voice veteran, Alec Baldwin.
I thought of Alec Baldwin for Mr. Fox at one point.
He would be a good Fox.
I thought of him for Mr. Fox and Tina Fey for Mrs. Fox.
That works.
Good combo.
Yeah. The 30 Rock.
Great, bro. Actually,
I thought of that, believe it or not, because I knew they could pull it off. But oh God, Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin would be a good Badger, but so with Tommy and so with Bob. I think I like Bob the most out of them.
Yeah.
Just after watching Better Call Saul, he's that guy for that kind of role.
And look, nobody proved he could do anything.
Yo, for real.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't believe that movie. I was like, what? Bob Odenkirk is 60 years old as the new action star?
Yeah. Having a heart attack.
Right, going crazy.
And still going crazy.
So who we like for Badger? I'd take any of them, honestly.
It don't matter. I feel like they'd all be great.
I do like Tom Hanks, though.
I do like Tom.
Because I think Tom Hanks...
See, we were talking about it, and I'm like, so...
And he's already West vet, too.
Yeah, now.
Because he replaced Bill Murray, so I was like, I mean...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Naturally, the next movie.
It makes sense.
And Tom Hanks is he could just come in, kill it, and leave.
Bounce, yep.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a good
Robert Zemeckis movie or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kylie.
I'm telling you, David Cross.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't have anybody. I couldn't think of anybody.
I couldn't think of
I couldn't think of anybody.
But David Cross has done so many great voiceovers.
That's who we're
You're
doing.
the only one with an option. So.
It's fun
because he was in the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Yes, he was.
It's totally fun.
And that's why I thought of Bob Odenkirk then for Badger because they worked together on Mr. Show.
Yeah,
Bob and David.
That works. That's fine because I couldn't. I was like, Kylie's the hardest cast ever. I was
trying to think of someone who could do a voice like that. And be convincing as kind of the lovable idiot. Yeah. And David Cross is not a lovable idiot, but he can pretend in Arrested Development as Tobias.
Yeah.
He was a lovable idiot. So he's able to do it.
The only other person I could maybe see would be Nick Offerman.
But his
not-
voice is too distinct.
See, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think he could do it, but I don't think he has the right voice.
But
And
you would be picturing
he has the right tone, but not the right voice.
you would be
That's
picturing the dude from Parks and Rec the whole time.
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson, yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Silver.
See,
Wait, so what about thinking of Parks and Rec? What about Tom Haverford as like Ash or something? What? Well, I forget his name.
I
now.
don't remember his name.
Tom Haverford.
Yeah, the Master of None.
Aziz.
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Never
He's
gonna
fucking
get there.
hilarious.
Yeah. What about him as like Ash? Because think about his
Or
voice.
not Ash, Kylie.
No,
No,
as
as
Ash.
You think it's Ash?
Ash?
Because of his voice.
His voice is weird, but he's another one. His voice is quite distinct, bro.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of people. Who could,
We definitely Tom Holland is Ash, bro. Whether you
Wait,
want him to be or not,
that one?
he is Tom.
So- and like his version of Spider-Man almost sounds like it could be like Ash too.
Yeah.
Especially in Civil War.
We're going with David Cross.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right.
Unanswerable questions. I actually didn't have any.
Yeah, pretty much everything's
Like,
answered, or you can surmise it pretty well based off of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None?
Wow.
Did you have
Prop
any?
you
So-
want from the movie. Wait, what were you going to say?
Oh, so is this a perfect film?
Almost. I mean, for a kid stop motion, it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really a
But
kid stop motion?
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
More. Prop you want from the movie.
I want to try one of them apples.
You know I want to try a bottle of cider.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I wanted a pine cone bomb.
Of course.
I would
Oh,
take.
I also wanted one of her paintings.
Oh
like-
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Her paintings were great.
Yeah.
definitely.
I would honestly take the newspaper with like his picture in it and
Yeah.
his byline, either the first one or the second one.
Yeah, either
Or the
one.
Banda hats advertising.
I would
Yeah.
take, I'll
I
take
want
the
the
whack
one with
bat
stars.
too.
Oh, the whack bat, yeah.
I'll take a black bandit hat with a whack bat, sipping on cider. You know what I'm saying? Throwing pine cone bombs.
Yeah, yeah.
Try that grape juice. He got it all over his mouth for some reason.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I love
That's
grape
good.
juice. So
That's good. That's the hood in you.
Are you sure it's not grape drink?
Yep, right. What the fuck is Jim? Oh, shit.
I want some drink.
You want that drink, baby? So
I want the
you
purple
were,
stuff.
you were saying something. So we went through. So is this a perfect movie?
Yes.
I think it has to be. There's nothing I would change.
no,
Yeah.
there's nothing I would add
There's
either.
not add
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
There's no like Wesley and Noe. They did their work making a 33-page book in a perfect hour and a half long semi-kids movie that
Yeah.
adult and kids could enjoy.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining for anyone watching. You can be 80 or 5.
And you'll get something different out of it.
Me and my grandma watched it. She's like 75.
Yeah.
She loved
Probably like this shit
She's
fire.
like, wait, I've heard of this before. I'm like, me. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you were like, my dad was obsessed with
I was
it.
like, hey, so I saw this in theaters and I watched it 100 times. I read you the book. Like,
Yeah.
we've been through this.
You used to read the book
the
like
cover fell off of it. I read
before
it so
she
much.
knew how to read because she would listen
She just
to the
learned
audiobook.
so much.
Yeah,
I'm auditory. I remember shit.
yeah. She would like look at the book and recite it.
That's how I learned how to read.
Like, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like, I learned how to read, but like, old
stop.
A
This book.
speak and spell or whatever.
Yeah, so
The cow goes. Mark. I think it's messed up. Oh, if it's we could do like the Trump version. The gun goes bing.
But yes, I taught myself
Anyway,
to
sorry.
with this book.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
So
That is
perfect
wild.
film. So,
Wow.
is this a unanimous A plus?
It has
Yeah,
to be.
obviously.
Yeah.
It's a unanimous A plus.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. We can't even argue.
Obvious.
this.
Obviously.
This goes towards the top. If we're doing the Mount Rushmore of West, this might have to somehow slip in,
It's
no
in the top
matter your
3.
opinions.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, you have to put it in.
And it's honestly, I think, one of Clooney's best performances.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude,
He does so much with just his voice.
This and the Soderbergh.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
because we already did the Oceans
We
movies,
did Oceans.
I
and
actually
Out of
saw that,
Sight.
the
And
first
we did
one
Out
now.
of Sight.
That's an incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she finally knows. I'm like, bro.
Oh my
it's
god,
not one of the
dude,
best heist
Danny
movies
Ocean and Rusty.
Dude,
Yeah,
they,
it's great.
dude,
It was really
Brad,
funny listening to the heist scene because I watched that movie recently. So I was like, oh, this
Bro.
planning is comparable.
Oh,
like,
yes,
for each
yes.
movie.
Listen,
And any heist film after that.
That's
Yeah.
Paul Newman and Robert Redford right
It
there.
is. It
They
is.
were
It's Bush
fucking
Cassidy and
beasts.
Sundance
Yep,
Kid.
that
It's
was
Sting.
Sting, yeah.
Yeah.
It's beast mode, bro.
And those guys only did 2 films together.
Which they should have did way.
It feels like they did
'Cause
more.
Brad and George have done 3 Oceans movies. They did Burn After Reading, and there's something else there.
They're doing that new one, Wolves, that's coming out.
They were like, we gotta link
And-
back up, big homie.
And I'm sure
They're
there's
only a few years apart in age, even
Yeah.
though George
Really?
looks old as hell and Brad Pitt still looks 47.
yeah.
That dude's
I
not
guess-
fair.
Oh, I did know that. I just never
Brad
thought.
Pitt's
I
like
never
60.
thought about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt
But,
is like 60.
Yeah, we were talking about this recently.
Crazy.
Yeah.
but they still both look great
Oh
though.
fuck yeah, George Clooney's a silver fox.
Yeah.
he's been
he's a fantastic
Yeah,
silver
well,
fox.
He's a fantastic silver fox. Hell
Yes.
yeah, that's what he should do. That should be his Instagram name. But
He's also done a lot with Julia Roberts.
no, fucker.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
one
I'm
of my-
sorry.
That's one of the 3 J's.
I know. I'm sorry. I had to bring it up.
Anyway, so thank you, Miss Cora, for coming and being
Yes.
a guest
You're
spot.
welcome.
We're adding some great shit to this conversation. Moonrise Kingdom? No.
Wait.
We've done 4. It's Grand Budapest. Right?
Yeah. Do you want to do Grand Budapest next,
That's
or
nice.
do you want to do Moonrise Kingdom? It's up to you.
Well, then that would be making it 6, and I don't think we can.
Okay.
West-
All right. We'll just do
we
Grand
can't do
Budapest. then.
West without doing Grand Budapest.
Yeah. No,
that's
we can't.
That's his mountaintop.
Yeah.
So next up, the Grand Budapest Hotel, which I'm excited to watch because it's just that good.
Yeah. I just love that movie.
It's fucking fire.
That's another one that tugs at your
Oh
heartstrings.
fuck yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anywho, so I'm Dom,
I am Jamie.
Oh, I'm Cora.
and this is the cutting room floor.